So this is Motherhorn, the second part of Chapter 4 of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And when we ended the last session, you guys were tunneling through the earth, coming in underneath Motherhorn. You could sense, the weight of the grand castle above you. You could hear lightning and thunder. You could hear applause. Lightning was striking the metal rods. You see the metal rods that protrude, and you should be level 6. You will be level 7 after you encounter Edelin, so you got that to look forward to. You step through the brick wall here at the secret entrance that you've pursued to get into Motherhorn. And going into the storage room, you come across crates of props stacked in this chamber alongside wooden backdrops draped in cobwebs. There is an 8-foot diameter circular wooden disc over here painted to look like a smiling moon leaning against a wall. From a clustered corner, a raspy voice says, "Psst, over here." Glancing in that direction, you see a wooden marionette carved and painted to look like a human skeleton and is tangled up in its own strings. "I seem to have gotten myself in a wee fix," it says. All right, so let's do some introductions as you introduce yourselves to Break a Leg, Marionette. We'll start with Jotaro.
I am Jotaro, a agent of the Sealy Court. I am traveling the realms of Prismere, looking for the Archfey Zabilna. I was tasked to aid a warlock who claimed her as his patron in determining what has happened to her, and it appears that the Hourglass Coven is behind it, and so I am here to take down the Hourglass Coven.
Killian O'Leith is a human fighter warlock, Hexblade. His patron has sent him here into the Feywild a couple times now, just trying to kind of restore the prior balance of power, and seems like she has latched onto this group of adventurers for me to travel with when I'm here in town, so it's nice to see you guys again. I'll try to help out whatever we're going up against now. It seems like we keep moving to different places, but my orders are really just to try to help you guys out with kind of restoring what used to be here.
Maynard Throckbutton, Master Thespian and Master of Stage Combat at your service. You might remember me from my performance in All Bear Witness. Unfortunately, audiences were expecting something different, but the reviews were good. And now that I've found my sense of direction and my map, I'm here to exact revenge on those evil hags.
So, Portia, to bring you up to speed, you guys are just in a storage room in the underpinnings of Motherhorn, introducing yourselves to the marionette that you found here.
Yes, absolutely. Pardon my lateness. Oh, and I'll let the marionette know that I am a recently departed fortune teller from the Witchlight Carnival, and that I'm assisting folks in the search to free leader of Prismere.
And Tiny.
Deep down, Tiny knows that this is all a ruse against his uncle Daniel, but he believes he's been transformed into a fairy, but in reality it's just he is touched with some fey magic, which gives him powerful rage abilities and also the ability to help out some of the casters in the group. He is small but packs a punch when he's swinging around his battle axe, which comparatively sized is a great axe, but it's still, just mechanics wise a battle axe. He's a fairy barbarian level 6.
So here you are in the parts storage room, crates all around you. You've been careful not to let your presence be known by the ones in the next room. The next room you can see is a workshop, a cavernous underbelly of the stage, full of props and backdrops in all stages of finish. It is noisy, it is hot, you can feel the heat coming from it. Goblins are working a forge, sawing wood, daubing paint onto wooden backdrops. And occasionally you'll hear a woman, you think human, barking out orders to the goblins, coming from the left, but you haven't seen her yet. So, what would you guys like to do?
And can the sun that we saw, is that something that we could carry, or is it too big?
It's a moon. It's an 8-foot diameter circular wooden disc painted to look like a smiling moon leaning against a wall. And it would be a little difficult, but I mean, you just, roll it wherever you're going and then drop it. If combat starts, you'll be okay.
All right, I want to take that with us because
That might
could come in handy, yeah.
Yeah. You remember that Gleam told you... Actually, it wasn't Gleam that told you. Gleam was telling you about the Koreds. She told you about Aligarthus, the elven prince you ran across. She told you that Hurley, a bugbear, is forced to perform in the Morbid Theater here, and that he used to work for Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and he's eager to see his brother again, who you remember as Burley, the bugbear. And
With the pumpkin head.
Yep. Gleam wants to help him if she can. Of course, you're not in contact with Gleam now. Amador told you that Gleam wanted to free her sister and find a way back to the carnival, perhaps with the help of the Fey Beacons. Her sister's name is Glister. Edelyn snipped off Gleam's shadow using magic scissors and has imprisoned her twin sister Glister. And the rule of hospitality prevents the hag from harming Glister for now. Why has she done this? Well, Gleam, wears a mask of a moon. Glister wears a mask of the sun. So, you know all that. Break a Leg. Break a Leg is all tangled up in his marionette strings, and he's asking for help. I'm in a wee fix. Can you get me loose?
Oh, I'll help him.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
His head spins kind of eerily and looks at you as he speaks to you, independent from his body. So as you guys are circled around him trying to get the strings off of him, his head's spinning to one person, then spinning to the next person, spinning to the next person.
He says, I'm Chucky, wanna play?
Once you have him free, he springs to his feet and shakes each of your hands, each of your fingers. That's all you can reach for. His jaw moves up and down as he talks. His head rotates 360 degrees, so it's completely independent from his body. And he says,
what happens with the strings? Do they?
They are not
above
connected
them,
to the head at all. So they're connected to the shoulders. The strings just kind of dangle behind him as he moves, once he's all untangled from them. He says, I'm Break a Leg. I would love to get out of here. I want to get out of Motherhorn. Where does that tunnel go? He points behind you guys.
Well, we've done you a pretty solid favor. Is there anything you can offer us in return?
There is. You are right. I don't know where my manners were or are. I do know a few things about Motherhorn I could share with you. Would that be good?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Break a Leg knows Motherhorn's layout and the nature of its inhabitants, though not their exact whereabouts. And you can tell it doesn't like Edelyn in the least and shares the following secrets with you. Edelyn is terrified of eclipses. This is probably the worst kept secret here, I admit. Edelyn wrote a secret about her sister Scabatha on a piece of invisible parchment that she keeps in the library. And lastly, the lightning rods atop Motherhorn. If they're destroyed or stolen, Edelyn can't operate her arcane contraptions.
What was the last part? If the
lightning rods atop Motherhorn are destroyed or stolen, Edelyn can't operate her arcane contraptions.
I'm not sure how much use that secret is about Scabatha now that she's dead. But...
Oh, she's dead? Oh no, Edelyn will not like that. definitely won't like that. I probably should go.
You know a goblin named Stage Fright?
Yeah, there's a goblin named Stage Fright. He's like the director of all the plays. He's usually hanging around the amphitheater.
Oh, okay. And is there a way out of here that we could get to the lightning rods?
Well, if you go that way, he points towards the opening, towards the workhouse, then go left. There is a stairway up to the amphitheater, and then from the amphitheater, there's some exits into the castle proper, and you'll want to get up to the second level of the castle. That's where you'll find the Orrery of Tragedies.
Oh. Thank you, Break a Leg. You've been very useful.
You're welcome.
Is there any, like a password or anything we can do or say that will allow us to move around here freely?
No, not really. I mean, people come and go all the time, to perform here. You don't remember killing indirectly, but the rest of you remember that you have pageant tickets. You were given a ticket with a tiny puppet resembling you painted on it, and written under the effigy in script that you understood are the words, "Good for one private audience with Edelyn Moongrave, no strings attached." So you have those.
How did Break a Leg manage to not be connected to something? Like, how did he manage to get to where we found him?
Edelyn never liked me, and she just threw me away here.
Oh. Okay.
That was not very kind.
No. She said I need to be more sadistic, I think is what the word was.
Oh, dear.
Well, break a leg, everyone. And Break a Leg goes hopping on through the hole in the wall and on down the secret tunnel.
Watch out for the bridge.
What?
I don't know if you heard me or not.
He might not have heard you. Good luck, Break a Leg. Okay, so here you are, kind of hiding in the shadows in this room. This room is pretty well lit, so you're kind of having to keep to the northern section to stay out of view of the the giant workroom that's adjacent to it. The lights that you see, those red dots, they are glowing orbs of red glass, and they're set into wrought iron wall sconces throughout Motherhorn. Each sheds bright light about 10 feet and dim about 10 feet.
Are they removable?
Yeah, you can take them out.
Yeah, I'd like to grab one and keep it handy in case
Okay.
we need a light somewhere.
Turns out when you remove it from the sconce, it goes out.
Oh, well, that stinks. I'll put it back in the sconce.
And it lights back up.
Okay. Oh well, no free flashlights.
Nope. You hear, during this time that you've been talking to Break a Leg and you've been in this room here, definitely a workshop next door and lots of work going on, props being made, stuff like that. A woman, human probably, barking orders to the goblins now and then, and also cussing out a goblin. It almost sounds like you're trying to picture what's happening there because you can't tell exactly from not seeing. But you think maybe the goblin's like poking her with a needle every now and then. You don't know what's going on exactly.
I'd like to try and sneak around the corner and get a look at this.
All right, Maynard, make a stealth check for me.
Sure thing. Coming up.
Okay, Maynard, you got a stealth expert check of 13. So, you can get to a position to see most of this chamber. So, looking left, looking right, it's full of props. Big stuffed owlbear to the right, kind of disconcerting when you first saw it, but double take, it doesn't look like it's alive. A big stuffed boar over here, like a mannequin maybe of an elven king or warrior. The woman is over here, and she's got like a tattoo, a purple tattoo down her face of a purple lightning bolt, actually over both of her eyes. And Let's see. There's a picture and description of her there. A dark-haired woman in a tight-fitting dress. There's a goblin tailor who is altering the dress for her. And then other things in the room. Let's see. Got the woman in the dress. To your left, all the way against the wall, is a tiny creature chained to a hooded lantern on a tabletop. And he's using a stick of charcoal to sketch something on a piece of parchment at an unbelievable speed. There's a wispy bulb of light fluttering next to him. So that is way up here. There's a picture of that guy for you. The goblins are workers. They're coming and going, they're painting, they're fixing, they're sawing, they're breaking, etc., etc. To the left is a purple curtain, blocking off some sort of exit, and then a couple of big doors, like big sliding barn doors. So that's what you see.
We could like each grab a box or something and act like we were working here, and maybe we can just walk past these guys. Maybe.
Was there anybody we were supposed to be looking for to help?
What, is Gleam with us right now?
No, you were separated from Gleam. So Gleam wanted her to get her sister rescued. So Glister, Gleam's sister, should be somewhere in Motherhorn. And then the other person would be Hurley, the bugbear, in Motherhorn. Then you don't have any lost things to find here. You know that Edelyn Moongrave should be here. You know she can only be killed during an eclipse. And you know she's part of the Coven who has somehow overcome Zybilna. So your motivations are find Hurley, find Glister, maybe defeat Edelyn.
What about the Brigand Nox best architect Golmo?
Yeah, you're looking for him. He's in here somewhere too.
Think that could be that guy there. Maybe we should go up and ask if he's Golmo.
Could be.
All
I'm
right.
going to use my disguise kit and my theatrical training to disguise myself as a goblin.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then I'm going to go do just that. Go ask if that guy's Bulma.
Okay. None of the goblins seem to pay any attention to you. None are suspicious of you. The woman is just yelling at all the goblins. Doesn't pick you out at all. So you're able to approach Golmo. Make a... Let's see. Make a stealth check for me. This will be if you can approach Golmo when the woman's not looking. Yeah. So you find an opportune time while she's distracted with the tailor goblin. And approach Golmo. And, well, now you know who he is. Ask him who he is. And he says, yes, I am Golmo. You see that he's chained. There's a lock on the chain. There is sketches all over, parchment sheets all over the place. He looks weary and haggard.
Are you sketching contraptions for...
Yeah, I have to do things for the play. Who are you? No goblins ever cared what I do.
I'm Hickory, a goblin new on the job here.
Oh, well, you probably better get working. Charmay doesn't
Who's
like
the-
it when you goblins don't work.
Well, I came here to work. Is that Charmay?
That's Charmay, yeah.
Do people ever come through here with tickets
With tickets.
to see the show?
I don't know. I don't take tickets, or I haven't seen anyone come this way. Just goblins. Lots of goblins. They take the props up and down through that curtain area there. Go ahead and make a... your choice. Wisdom Perception or Wisdom Insight check. So it looks like a 12.
12.
Let me double check something here. All right, put you guys where you want to be when Maynard is there talking with Golmo.
Does anybody else want to be disguised as a goblin and go out there? I'm too tall, I feel, but I have a disguise kit if somebody wants that, if they want to be out in that room.
Oh, Tiny's pretty short.
Okay, let me green you up a little bit and
I already got the ears and everything.
put some little straps that are comfortable, but press your wings down just a little bit.
Okay. Let's see, Jotaro, you're kind of in a position to view the room, right?
I am.
Go and make a perception check for me.
It's going to be a 19.
Okay. You notice that Charmay's noticed the goblin talking to the to Golmo. And she like shushes her tailor and she's starting to walk over toward him. You want to let it happen or intervene?
I will walk out,
Okay.
brandishing my ticket, and I will say, I am here for the show. I seem to have gotten lost. Where am I supposed to go?
Charmay pauses for a second and says, "Let me see that ticket." You want to show it to her?
I do, yes.
Okay. She takes a look at it. She huffs angrily and says, "You take them to see Edelin." And one of the goblins starts walking over towards the curtain, pulls the curtain aside and says, "Right this way, guys." And then, after she's done with you and you're walking on by, do you all want to go by with him?
I'll join in.
Okay. As you're going by, she was distracted long enough, Maynard, and Jotaro made enough of a commotion that you saw what was happening. What do you want to do while that's taking place?
Well, I'd like to slip through the drapes.
Got it. Make a stealth check for me. You do. You make it through with a 14 stealth. You slip on through the curtains, and you guys are all heading on. You notice as you're walking away, Jotaro, and the rest of you, that she looks back toward where Golmo was. See, there's no goblin there anymore, and shakes her head like, wonder where you went, and then goes back to the tailor. Okay, so the stairway. As soon as you pull the curtain aside, all of a sudden you can hear crowd noise. It's like the curtain almost dampens noise. A flight of stairs heads up and emerges into the amphitheater up above. Draw that out for you. Remember in the olden days, drawing out it, and you actually drew it out, not just erase what was covering it.
Yep.
Get your chess X metal mat out, your Sharpies out, or not Sharpies, Vizsla something or others.
Hopefully not Sharpies.
No.
How with that attitude?
Okay. So, you're coming up to the amphitheater, and from this picture, you would be coming up a flight of stairs that are approximately the bottom edge of the amphitheater, where the big wooden arcing pole comes down. I can't ping it, but that's where you're arriving into the amphitheater. And it is on the map up here. So, you can go to move your guys on up there while I describe what you see. An open-air amphitheater is carved from the slope of the mountaintop. The rain is pelting down here. Occasionally there's thunder and lightning striking overhead. Enclosing the stage are 10-foot-high stone walls, above which you can see the stormy sky. Lighting is provided by an intricate overhead contraption. There are short, cloaked figures sitting on tiered stone benches facing the stage. Probably a couple dozen darklings you see on the stage there. You've run into these darklings before, or others of their kind. They were manning that balloon that was made out of clouds. And they were the ones who sold you the monocle, if you remember buying the monocle.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I still have it.
you guys are actually coming from here.
Oh.
These stairs right up there. That's where you come up. Where is Tiny G? Tiny G got lost for the goblins. So he's
We
coming
lost
up.
track of him. This disguise was too good.
I got too into it.
He's a method actor.
Learning from Maynard.
So you come up here. Let's see here. So you got the bleachers and the darklings all watching. There is a team of masked goblins that are preparing the stage and manning the lighting. There are some costumed actors huddling in the wings and reciting lines. You see them over to the left here. There is a gaunt woman in a black bishop's hat. It's spelled a black bishop's hat, watching you through a pair of opera glasses from a 40-foot-high balcony. So this balcony is up like above this point. So if you look at, let's see, if you look at this picture, and there's those two towers back behind the stage. She's in like the left tower looking down. She's 40 feet up above where you guys are at. And draw that over here to the upper right. Also, there's some sort of strange contraption you can see part of, kind of over the balcony. And you can see that the balcony's got an opening into the castle proper. There's another balcony on the other side with no one on it. So here is where it is on the map. This is tower level 2, so it's 40 feet up. And this is what the woman looks like. A black bishop's hat, a stage curtain veil, very gaunt features, eyeing or watching you with opera glasses. Let's see, there's a level of balconies below that level on tower level 1, which is through right over here. Now to get to these balconies, you can actually go up the stairs that are right here. They go up to those balconies up there. So the woman looking at you is like right here, 40 feet above the ground. Then a goblin, dressed as a jester, introduces himself to you as Stage Fright and invites you onto the stage. So your Stage Fright coming to introduce himself. Please come onto the stage, he says.
I thought we were just here to watch.
Oh, no. Well, here to be watch and be watched. You see, that's Edelyn up there, and she would, I'm sure, love to see your performance. Are you actors?
Why, yes, I am.
What have you done?
Well,
no.
You might have seen me in X, the Xanathar Confessions. It was quite a scandal.
Well, that's interesting. Right now, the actors are performing A Tragedy at Twilight. You might have heard of it.
Oh, yes, I have.
Yes. So you can see the actors there. There's an elf, a male goblin, and a mountain dwarf. And so they're reciting lines and such. So you have these tickets that were good for an audience with Edelin. They weren't tickets to like watch the play. So the tickets you're holding says they're good for one free audience. So if you wanted to show that stage fright, you could, and then maybe you wouldn't be drafted into performing, or you could be drafted into performing. Your call.
Well, you know what I'm choosing.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay.
I would like to try to get rid of those lightning rods before we actually meet with a Giggling.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
So stage fright. He taps his clownish scepter on the floor. Let's see, do I have a picture of stage fright? Really have a picture. Anyway, he has a scepter with a goblin head on the end of it. He taps it on the floor. He says, "To impress the dame of unhappy endings, you will need to perform a tragedy. Something gruesome, depressing, darkly humorous. I have just the play." A rolled-up script suddenly appears in his hand. "Normally we would have several hours to prepare, but alas, time is of the essence. Since you don't have time to memorize all the lines, we'll need to improvise." Tossing the script over one shoulder, he says, "Worry not. I'll feed you lines from the wings if you get stuck." All of you roll a d8, please.
Just remember, the goats warned us we have to stay on script.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. He looks towards Jotaro. "You will be the high and mighty princess." He looks towards Portia. "You will be a failed magician." He looks towards Maynard. "Obviously, you've done plays like this before, so I offer you your choice of roles. You may be the mean-spirited servant or the nervous apothecary."
I think I'll play the nervous apothecary.
Apothecary, got it. He looks towards Killian. "You, then, will be the mean-spirited servant." And finally, to Tiny G.
Fine.
"You will be the honorable knight risen from the dead."
Wonderful.
So those are your roles. Your play, you may have heard of it, is The Lament of the Suckling Boar. A young boar with a silvered tusk vows to slay the werewolf who murdered his parents. He carries his parents' remains, a string of sausages, around in a basket.
Oh, it's a comedy. I got it.
It's not a comedy, Sage Fright says. You must keep it dark. You must keep it, well, maybe darkly humorous, but dark and gruesome and depressing. You have some time to prepare. Let's see how long he gives you. Okay. He says, "Follow me. We must go prepare." So the actors that are there are rehearsing for a play that they're going to perform. And you will, after they're done, come back and rehearse for a play that you're going to perform. So stage fright will leave you. This goblin goes back to the workroom.
Oh, can I ask him before he goes, like, to be a more believable wizard, would you mind if I borrowed your staff? I don't currently have anything on me that looks wizardy.
He is suspicious of that. So go to make a persuasion check. Or deception, your choice.
She's bad. Deception.
Looks like
11, I guess.
8. He says, no, I must hold on to my staff.
Okay.
So,
What can I
all, he leads you all off the stage to the south. So, is that stage left? Or stage right? I have no idea. Maynard knows, I know that.
It's stage left, of course.
Of course. Okay. Let's see here. Once you have your roll, stage right leads you to a prop storeroom. Which prop storeroom is it going to lead to? This one. Okay. So. So he leads you guys this direction. You come first to a chamber that has a lift. A wooden platform embedded in the stone floor. An iron lever is fixed to the wall nearby. You recall, and I didn't draw it for you, but you did get to see the rest of the understage, that there was a lift in the understage. So just drew it down there below for your reference. That's where that lift would come down into the understage. Back up to the stage you're on, or the level you're on. It leads you past that, underneath this other hallway, and then into this chamber here through a dark curtain. And that chamber's got a dark curtain to its north, a hallway heading west with a dark curtain at the end of the hallway, and the chamber is like a storeroom. It even says stage left for the room description. Prop storage. The room is choked with a variety of props and costumes. There seems to be no order to the place. There's a chest full of powdered wigs, each one crawling with harmless spiders. A mousetrap, 3 feet wide and 8 feet long. A parasol topped with a copper weather vane. And many, many more props.
Ooh, Jotaro needs the parasol.
He deposits you here. He says, find whatever you can make use of in this mess. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. And he leaves you.
Right. So Jotaro needs a very pink princess dress, a powdered wig, and a parasol.
Can everybody type what their character is in the chat?
Sure.
Got a failed magician. Yeah. If anyone doesn't remember, let me know.
I think Killian would like to grab that mousetrap. I'm sure that's something a servant would be dealing with. And any other kind of servant-looking things, chamber pots, preferably full. Those sorts of things.
And your play is this one. Lament of the Suckling Boar.
But we don't have a suckling boar in our cast.
You don't.
No matter. Minor.
So he said he'd be back in 20 minutes. So you're ruffling through various places, getting your things. Anything else you want to do while you're doing that?
He just told us the synopsis, but did not actually give us a script.
Correct. He actually threw the script over his shoulder because he knew you wouldn't have time, and he said he'd feed you the lines.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Can I go get the script and tape it to the inside of my parasol?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Is there some sort of pointed hat with stars on it?
You bet. Yeah, you can find that.
Okay, I'll take that, but also cut a big hole in half of it so that half of it is broken and just resting to the side rather than pointing up.
Got it.
Tiny needs a comically large suit of armor.
Got it.
Killing would take a servant uniform, and like I said, any kind of servant-like stuff
Got it.
that would be useful.
And of course, I have an apron, a mortar, and a pestle.
Of course.
What
Okay, so you
the-
get yourselves all equipped, ready to go. Anything else you want to do, or you want to wait for his return?
Well, we want to snoop around a little bit,
Okay. Which way you want to go
That
for
means-
snooping around?
looking north through that curtain.
You, of course, searched this room automatically by looking for things. Did not find anything that looked like treasure. Looking through the curtain to the north, you see this room. A library, a magnificent hall lined with stone bookshelves housing a library of hundreds of black tomes. There are 3 elderly bespectacled goblins climbing ladders to fetch books. There are 3 cloaked figures who are reading while seated in overstuffed armchairs. There are exits to the right, to the north, and to the left.
Do the armchairs look like mimics?
Everything does now.
Yeah.
It's kind of the point of mimics, though, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, what are the titles of the books here?
You want to walk in, start checking them out? So,
Yeah, I want to check out a couple.
Yeah. The black books. Hundreds of books of similar manufacture fill the shelves. Each is 8 inches tall, 3 inches wide, and spineless. Its black wooden covers and yellow pages are held together with copper wire. The image of an hourglass is burned into the front cover of each book, and carved into the wood above it is a smaller symbol that resembles a chicken foot. They are filled with rhymes in the Elvish script. Most speak of the tragic end of long-dead individuals. Many foreshadow Edelin's doom during an eclipse. The script is the same in every book you look at. The same writer wrote them all. The figures, the dark cloaked figures, pay you no mind. One of the bespectacled goblins comes over and says, "Is there anything you're looking for?"
A book that
Are they
looks
good
like
mysteries?
a magician would have it.
Well, I suppose any of these would serve that purpose. Good mysteries. I think they're all mysterious. Looking around, they're all the same, except one. One book stands out. It is a hefty, green-covered tome with a withered frog stitched into its spine.
Well,
Is that
pull
the
that off the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exact same book of the first tags? Was it her grievances book? Or is it just similar?
you do remember books similar in Skabatha's library. And in fact, you recall there was 8 volumes and 2 of them were missing. And who wants to read the book?
Oh, I will.
Okay, Maynard, make a perception check. Or investigation, your choice. You're good with it. 19 perception. Before you go to open it, and just before you do, you spot in the spine a vial that's kind of been slid in there. You suspect, should you open this book, you'd break it. It looks
Break the
like you could
vial.
try and get it out with a probably dexterity check.
Well, I have some skills in disabling such.
Will you
Devices.
permit me to use one of my cards to provide guidance?
Absolutely.
I do so.
Okay. Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah. No, guidance. Like,
The
I have
guidance
the spell guidance.
Got it. Okay, make your dexterity check, Maynard.
I've done better.
It's actually a sleight of hand check, so you're good. You are good.
And-
You pull the
And
vial
you can roll a
out.
d4 if you want.
You set it carefully down on the ground. You can open the book now, and you can see it is Tales from the Gloaming Court, Volume 3. A dark read, if it's anything like its other ones, and probably nothing of any import in it for what you all are doing right now. Now that's probably not the case with all the black books, but it'll take some time to peruse them, more time than you have. Should you have an hour sometime later and search through all those black books, or a good number of them, you might find some secrets. The green one doesn't offer much, though. Scapitha would have been happy to get it back if she was still alive.
Just hold on to it for a minute.
That's it for the books. So you have the black books. You can peruse some more if you have time. The dark figures pay you no mind. The goblins help you if you ask. And the tunnel
down the. Sorry, go ahead.
The tunnel here goes out to the amphitheater. The tunnel here, you can see, ends in a door. Let's see. Door at the end. And there's also a staircase off of it. Here. I think this is the first door you've come to here. Yeah, this is the first door, Motherhorn. So the door is interesting in that it has... It's made out of sturdy wood. It's got iron handles and fittings, but there's a bronze knocker shaped like a theater mask. No lock on it. Should open without any difficulty.
Okay, I'll wave over Portia, and we will. Well, at least I will try and open the door.
Okay. Killian, you want to rejoin all of them, and everyone want to go down to the door?
Sure.
All right. Everyone move to where you want to be, and Maynard gets to the door. Put Maynard right at the door there. The rest of you can
I'm sure it'll be fine, guys.
get in position. Figure out what you want to have in your hands. You might as well roll initiative. No reason.
Just in case.
Oh, while he was like sort of on his way to the door, can I just like try to surreptitiously look at what's under the cloak of one of these people?
Yes. They look like darklings, only larger.
Okay.
So, probably darklings. Is everyone happy where they're at? Once you're happy, roll initiative. Maynard, you're all alone down there. You, of course, search it, right? All that good stuff.
I do.
Okay. No traps or nothing on it. You open it up to reveal a disconcerting scene taking place here. The walls of the room are adorned with wooden masks, most of which look like chalked goblin faces. Dozens of masks hang neatly from hooks in the walls, and several more are stowed haphazardly on the shelves of an old bookcase. You see two padlocked cages standing in a corner. In the middle of the room, two copper poles descend from a low ceiling. Each pole has a 1-foot diameter copper sphere at the end of it, 3 feet off the floor. Between the poles sits a thin, tall chair. One cage is occupied by a panic-stricken goblin. A struggling goblin is shackled to the chair so that the spheres are level with the goblin's head. A tall, thin, cloaked figure stands in the shadows. A rictus grin forms beneath the cowl as the figure reaches for the lever. That's when we rolled initiative, assuming you do something to maybe intervene. And roll that figure's initiative. Okay. Killing your way back, but you might be able to do something. You're the first one to react. That figure is this guy here, the one with the rictus grin. He's reaching for this lever that's adjacent to him. The goblin here is struggling for all his might to get out of that chair, and he's lined up with these two copper spheres that are at head height that come down from the ceiling.
Are you on mute?
Ooh, Eldritch Blast.
I am on mute. I was blowing my nose and didn't want to entertain you all with that. So that's a 26 for 7, and the second would be a 26 for another 3.
Boom, boom. You hit that Darkling twice for 10 damage. Stagger him briefly. Maynard.
Okay, I'm gonna move into the room. Can I move aside or knock down those spheres? Can I cut them down?
The spheres are on copper rods. So, copper's kind of soft. You think, a good hard blow could knock them out of alignment? Just take an action to do.
That is what I'm going to try and do.
Okay, consider it done. You knock that one western one out of alignment with the eastern one. Well, there's only 2 of them, so they're always in alignment. But at least they're not lined up with the goblin's head. Okay.
No, don't bring geometry into this.
I know. Anything else, Maynard?
No, I'll sit tight for the moment.
Maynard is done. Tiny.
Yay. Let's move there. Let's dash our way up to the guy.
Tiny runs on in, or flies on in. Portia.
Well, hearing all kinds of commotion, I'll dash it. There.
Dash.
And yes. And then bonus action, I'll just trigger one of my tails.
Very good. Tale of the Traveler. Okay. After Portia, the Elder draws his weapons. Multi-attacks at Tiny with Scimitar twice. Boom. Missing. And missing both times. And he cries out in his strange language. What do you speak? Well, you all speak at Sylvan. He's crying out for help. There's 3 more just like him in the other room. Jotaro, what do you want to do?
All right, Jotaro's going to move up. 1, 2, 6 to there. Actually, nope, 6 to there. And then bonus action, Hunter's Mark. This guy. And then pow. First shot is going to be a 25 for 15.
15 hurts him dearly.
Second shot is going to be a 22 for 10. No, yes, 10.
Okay, that one goes right through his heart. And then all of a sudden, he seems to implode and then explode out in a radiance of light in about a 10-foot diameter, doing 4 points of radiant damage to you, Tiny. DC 11 con save to have it.
Easy peasy.
No problem. So you take 2 points of radiant damage from that thing exploding. It's dead. The flash of blinding light fills the hallway all the way past you, Killian. The 3 other of its ilk stand up, draw their scimitars, and join the fight. And your turn, Killian.
I will join the rest of my group.
And these 2 are joining the fight.
Well, first, I guess I'll throw a couple more Eldritch Blasts at this one closest to me. So that's 22 for 9, and 11 probably misses for 2.
11 did.
And then I will go up here and join the rest of my group and let them know that we've got company on their way in.
Your turn, Maynard.
Okay, there's no other foes in this room, right?
Nope, you're clear in there.
Well, I'll dash up here and ready in action to attack if they get next to me.
Okay, let's put open on that door so you guys know it's sitting open. Oops, did I move them out? There we go. Maynard is ready. Tiny G, your turn.
Okay.
Tiny's going to get tired flying back and forth.
I know, right? Little tiny wings. I will single move to there and dodge.
Sorry.
I'll be on this side and dodge.
Then Portia.
Is this goblin in between those two things that are now misaligned is tied to it?
He is tied to the chair.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sitting on a chair.
Can I untie him?
You bet. Oh, he's shackled to the chair. Let's see here. So,
Or
you can't untie him. You can go back to where you started your turn. He's shackled on the chair. You need to find a key or pick the lock.
okay, and this one up here is also locked
Yep.
in that cage.
He's locked in the
Okay.
cage.
Well, are we just leaving these guys here? No?
I
Okay.
think we're going to take out the guards first.
Fair enough. I will use my action to release my tail onto myself.
Got it.
And that's it for now.
All right. Then the first of the elders goes. Turns out to be the one in the back. He's going to cast a darkness spell. "15-foot radius." Cast it to there. So the end of the hallway, Tiny, and all the party goes dark. Maynard, everything around you goes dark. Let's concentrate on that. And then the second elder closes in on Maynard in the dark. The elder's got blind sight, though, so he's attacking Maynard with advantage.
Hey, no fair.
You can take your ready to action, Maynard. He gets next to you.
Okay. So I'll attack with my magic dagger at disadvantage. Looks like a 12 to hit.
That's a miss. Then his multi-attack on you, scimitar number 1 with advantage, is a 17 for 4 slashing and 7 necrotic. And then his second scimitar attack is a crit for 12 slashing and 16 necrotic.
Oh.
Ouch.
Okay.
And it is done. Next to go is Chotara. Chotara rushes forward bravely. You're muted if you're talking.
Yeah, I wasn't even. It's going to move to there and is going to try to shoot where he thinks the guy is from hearing Maynard yelp out.
Okay, fire away with disadvantage. 15 connects.
That's going to be for 12.
Got it.
The next one
Ooh,
is going to be a 26.
You finish
Or
him.
8.
He explodes, but luckily the darkness Well, this is not light. The darkness prevents the blindness. So Jotaro Maynard, you have no chance being blinded by this, but the radiant energy of it still does 6 damage to you. 11 con save for half. 6 radiant, 11 con for half. Maynard picked a good time to make a con save.
And that second one was for my concentration, which I think I made it with the +1, right?
Ooh, you did, yeah.
I need to add that I'm concentrating.
What else,
There
Jotaro?
we go. I think that's it, because I can't do rabbit hop. So... Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. Second of the Darklings. 2.
Wait, what are my spells? I wonder if I... Nope.
Move there and ready. That is it for them. The goblins all scatter. They just get to the back corners of the library as fast as they can.
All named Robin.
2, 3, 4, 6. 2 goblins back there. And this guy. To the back corner there. They are all done. Killian, your turn.
I'm going to move up to the edge of the darkness, and I will Misty Step 30 feet straight ahead and hope I end up someplace good.
I think you have to see where you Misty stepped.
You do.
Oh, do
I
you?
just looked it
Oh.
up because I wanted to do the same thing.
Oh, you're right.
Has to
You
be
gotta
into a
see
space
it.
you can see.
Well,
Mhm.
never mind that. So let's see if then I will just charge ahead. Probably bumping into Jotaro at
Yeah.
some point. But I'm going to go ahead and dash, and I'll let you decide where I end up since I'm in the dark and running into people.
You can move 1 square at a time. You can go through Jotaro if you want. But move 1 square at a time so I know when to stop you in case you get next to someone.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would
stop there.
as soon as I got to where I could see.
Yep. And you don't provoke from anyone on the way, but there's a guy right there who's readied. He swings at you
Okay.
as soon as you appear. But 12's miss.
All right.
There's also a guy right below you.
Guy right there. I'll just end my action there.
Okay, Maynard, your turn.
I guess.
I'm retreating back, and then I'm going to drink a healing potion.
Okay.
If it's all right, I would have moved another 5 feet just to clear the way in case somebody else running behind me.
You bet. Your turn,
Just
Tiny.
right to there. All right.
Let's move 1, 2 through the rabbit.
I still
3,
have
4, 5, 6. And let's go ahead and attack that guy with a 2-handed battle axe. 25 for 15.
15, got it.
And so close.
Miss. Okay, Portia, your turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna try to exit. And is Maynard small enough that he wouldn't cause extra movement, or he would?
He still does.
Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30,
But the hallway is almost 10 feet wide, so you can actually go there.
Skirt around him.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. 40. Okay, so I think I can make it through here. My movement is a little extra while I'm under the effects of this vertic tail.
So move to there. What else?
I guess I can move it here. I'm trying to follow the wall since it was dark. And if I can see around the edge of this darkness enough to be able to see this one,
Yep, you
I'll
can.
Okay, I'll spell it with Tasha's hideous laughter.
You got it.
Sweet.
Prone and laughing. After Portia.
I'll use my bonus action to trigger.
Okay.
Ooh.
This guy. There's no surviving this with you guys now.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Tom.
I'll attack it as he can get within 10 feet of me there.
Go for it.
24 for 14.
Nice shot.
Concentration check.
Concentration check of 10. Then he closes on Jotaro and scimitars the poor rabbit. Ooh, but Jotaro dodges. Then an 18 to hit. For 7
Yep.
slashing and 8 necrotic. And it is done. Jotaro, your turn.
All right. Taro is going to rabbit hop. Take a step right here, and then rabbit hop over to here. And then he is going to fire back in with disadvantage at where that guy was at. First is only going to be a 12.
Miss.
Second is going to be an 18 for 12 damage.
12, got it. After Jotaro, Elder's turn. The Laughing Elder. Tasha City of Last.
Oh, did you want to do a concentration check on that darkness spell?
I did not. No. I want to do that. I made it.
Oh, I need to do a concentration check. My mark. Boom.
Okay, so he's laughing, and then if his turn he gets a save. Here it is, wisdom. Still laughing, and then Killian, your turn.
I will, he seems pretty helpless, so I'll try to do non-lethal damage, just beating him silly with my glaive here. Is it advantage because he's laughing?
He's prone, so yeah.
Okay, so that's 26 for, is that not a crit, so it's 26 for 15.
Okay, that knocked him out.
Alright. And I'll, I'll stay where I am and look towards the one that's in the darkness. Be ready to attack him if he comes out anywhere near me.
Alright, Killian's done. Maynard, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try and move out back into the light. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know he's right beside you there. And then when you go there, you provoke. So you can't go there because Tiny's there.
I can't afford to provoke, so I am going to try and swing blindly at him.
15 blindly swinging is a hit. And you kill him, which immediately drops the darkness. And then he explodes. Blindness doesn't matter because there's no one else around. In the explosion is Tiny G and Maynard. 10 radiant damage, 11 con save for half. Okay. You've got three dead darklings. Blood all over the place. One knocked unconscious on the ground by you. Goblins cowering in the corners. And no one else arriving on the scene.
Should we drag these guys back in that room with the goblins?
Okay.
Figure out what to do.
Okay.
Can you unlock them?
Can you unlock the goblins? Yeah, Maynard can definitely get those locks undone. You want to do them, Maynard?
Sure, I'll have a go.
The goblins are goblins are Vig, locked in the cage, and her friend Binky, who was about to die. Thank you for letting us out, they say.
How did you happen into this situation?
Binky says, I don't know. I think Edelyn could do worse things to me than turn me into a mask. Well, Vig dropped a backdrop, and Vig says it was an accident. She dropped a backdrop in the middle of her performance, ruining the show and angering Edelyn, and that's why we were sent here.
And this contraption turns people into masks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Killian's gonna take one of those masks. It might be useful in the show.
Got
Might be a really bad idea too.
Got it.
Any of the masks on the wall look like the one that the twin wore that looks like a sun?
No. No mask like the sun.
Can I put, I don't know, what do I have in my inventory? Like I guess, I guess I have a basically I want to see if I put some random inanimate object into that space, if it would turn it into a mask version of itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it only goblin faces that it can happen to, or can it happen to anything?
You see a few other faces on the masks, so not just goblins. But they're all creatures. You don't see anything that's like an inanimate object mask.
Okay.
The goblins are grateful for being released, and of course, they feel like they owe you something, and share with you.
They do.
They do, yeah. And Vig shares with you Edelyn's poor treatment of her notwithstanding. She wants to please the hag. She enjoys working at Motherhorn, though she dislikes stage fright, because that goblin is kind of annoying. Vig knows her way around Motherhorn and shares the following info with you. Bitter End has a pair of magic scissors that she uses to snip off other creatures' shadows. These detached shadows congregate in the Shadow Theater. It's right next door, she whispers. To enter the prison, one needs the Fool's Scepter that belongs to Edelyn's Master of Ceremonies stage fright. The prison's on the 2nd level. The hag has a special guest, a hateful woman named Charmay, who claims to get her magic from a pact she made with Baba Yaga. Charmay has powerful friends and belongs to a group called the League of Something or Other. She doesn't like goblins and mistreats us at every chance.
Do the people that lack shadows, are they hindered by it?
Yeah, they're cursed. No one likes them. No one likes to stay, be around them.
Do the shadows do anything?
And you recall
creatures?
Gleam was missing her shadow. The one that wore the moon mask, the elf that wore the moon mask. And she had her shadow was snipped by Edelyn.
And the merchant, right?
The merchant.
That was talking with the first hag and then moved on to Yon. She left when we engaged.
Oh, correct. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. But we haven't seen her anywhere in Yon so far.
Correct.
Okay.
Do these shadows do anything, or they just hang around in the shadow stage?
They do whatever Edelyn wants, Vig says.
Is there any time where the scissors are not with Edelyn?
No. Vig shakes her head no.
And that theater was just nearby. Well, I guess for everyone else, shall we go pretend this never happened and get ready for our play?
Right, it's almost time for your play.
Yeah, we wanna be late.
You could keep exploring and miss your curtain call, or go meet your curtain call.
I think the show must go on.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
the
We're gonna make
hint.
a curtain.
Let's
curtain
take a
call.
break here. We'll come back at the bottom of the hour. So 30 minutes after, we'll come back.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
You can actually take a short rest too, so you can start spinning hit dice if you want.
Oh,
Thank you.
I
And
didn't
do we
even
get a song of rest?
You would get a song of rest.
yes, I can absolutely do that.
All right. See you back at the bottom of the hour. Okay. So you hide the
Only if they
bodies.
deserve it.
You hide the bodies in the room here. The goblins are set free. You give them any instructions? The two goblins you're going to set free, or do you set them free?
Oh, well, I guess it would be nice if they... Do they know where Glister is? Do you know where Glister is?
The prison's on the second
or-
floor,
Oh, right.
but you need Stage Fright's scepter to open the prison.
Okay.
And what about the, was it a bugbear?
Curly?
Oh, he would be with the rest of the actors. If you go stage left and through a storeroom, and then you can go to where the actors are.
Past
So,
the store. Got
You
it.
need to hurry back to Stage Fright if you want to meet him for the play.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Let's do it.
So you all head back into the storeroom. Stage Fright returns to summon you all to the stage. Play begins in 10 minutes, he says. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, let's see
ready.
here. 20 minutes to don costumes, select props, appropriate for your attire. Okay, so he comes back and collects you. And then he takes you to the actors area. The dressing room, which is here. To the west. So Stage Fright takes you to the west. Into this dressing room area. And there you see this. Resting against the walls of the chamber are 3 dressing tables, each with a mirror on it. The mirrors are bordered by tiny balls of bright golden light. There's an ornate high-backed chair on clawed feet sitting before each table. Slumped in a chair is a bugbear, dressed as a green dragon from the neck down. On the floor nearby are the fake dragon head and tail that complete the costume. The bugbear looks all the more unusual because he casts no shadow. Stage Fright pays no mind to him, takes you on into the next room, which is the actor's room. So, takes you on into this room, and in the actor's room you see the walls of this gloomy chamber are lined with black-veiled compartments that contain makeshift beds. The furniture is sparse, a few wooden tables and chairs, a box of junk in a corner, and flickering lanterns resting here and there. There's a human and a tiefling pacing, and you hear weeping coming from 3 of the chambers. Stage Fright deposits you here. He says the play begins in 10 minutes. So you have time to gather your thoughts, and you'll be back in 10 minutes. So you see a human and a tiefling pacing. There is a halfling who's crying while studying script pages, and his script pages are all wrinkled because they're wet from his tears. The human, he's pacing back and forth while muttering his lines. The tiefling is pacing back and forth while she's holding a tiefling skull in one hand and reciting lines to it.
Something about Yorick, I guess.
Can I go attempt to do the halfling?
You bet.
Let's see what's wrong with him.
That room is actually, the halfling's actually in the main room. That room is a female forest gnome burying her face in a cushion on the floor as she's crying. The halfling is crying over his script.
Okay. Well, I saw the halfling first.
Okay. Yeah, you can go over to the halfling.
What distresses you so?
He looks up and he says, you're new here. You don't know what you're going to face. Edelyn, she snares you in her traps. You should leave Motherhorn now. You should never perform here. Don't let her lure you in.
Killian's listening to his thoughts to see if there's, any kind of deception or
Got it.
there. Right?
No, he is full of despair to no end. The tiefling comes over. She says, even if Creeping Lynn hates you, it's still possible to win her favor by telling a gruesome or depressing story on her stage. That's what we're all trying to do.
I know a terribly gruesome story, but it does not pertain to a boar and werewolves.
Ad lib.
Does this one have a shadow?
Yes, all the actors here have shadows. The human man comes over. He's the one pacing angrily while muttering his lines. He says, the storms provide the lightning that Bitter Inn needs to power her contraptions. Without them, the show can't go on. But then the tiefling counters. The hag's greatest contraption is the Orrery of Tragedies, which allows her to glimpse many possible futures. Time and again she has foreseen her own demise and taken measures to delay it for as long as possible. We can't hope to defeat her. You must get out of here while you still can.
Interesting.
Would anyone else like to talk to anyone? Jotaro?
Jotaro is well familiar with actors, and he's looking around to see if any of them are, taking a little bit of a pre-acting powder. You know what I mean?
It seems the extent of their morose even goes to the point where they have no acting powder to help them.
Ooh,
Yeah,
this is
it's
rough.
It's a tough gig these guys are facing. It's the crying in every room.
Killian's gonna just kind of peek through the curtains where I hear the crying and quickly detect the thoughts of whoever I see in there. Just
Okay.
to see if there's anything weird going on.
No, more despair. More like dread. It's like, the fear of stage fright, only just magnified. And they introduce themselves to you. There's Elamic the Excellent. He said he's from Toril, same as you all. He's the one sobbing in this room here. There's Diamanda Mistriddle, the halfling, or the gnome. She doesn't know what the name of the world she's from is. She doesn't think it's Toril, though. There's Puff River Noggin Lemonseed, the halfling, who is from a place called the Known World, he says. There's the tiefling, from a place she says is named Sigil. And there is the human, from a world called Tal Dore.
Taldori?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what he says.
Very nice. Does the one who doesn't know what the world, does she know any landmarks? Kataro's pretty well traveled.
A world whose name is unknown to her. No, she doesn't know any landmarks. She shares with you the names of some of the gods of her realm. You've never heard of them. They all encourage you to leave. There is the box of old junk, which is like stuff old actors have left behind, and rifling through that, you find some valuables in there. There's a powder brush with a painted handle sculpted to resemble a bunch of roses or some gold, and a gold hand mirror, actual gold. And it removes wrinkles, blemishes, and scars from the onlooker's reflection. And then there's also a strange wand, a squat wand fashioned from a single piece of white wood, tipped with a pair of black diamonds cut to resemble spinnerets. You think the diamonds are real. And that's just discarded junk that none of the actors want. Belongs to people who came before them. The bugbear's sobbing in the next room.
Yeah, for her. For sure.
I'll go up and talk to Hurley. Or Burley.
Hurley. You know Burley? Hurley says.
I do.
How is
yes,
how is Burley doing?
he misses you.
I miss him.
Hopefully we can get you out of this mess and get you back to him at the Witchlight Carnival.
Oh, God, I hope so. You see his reflection in the mirror, and it's a sickly, haggard version of him. You look back at him, and it's not what he looks like right now. I mean, he's depressed, but he's not sickly and haggard like what the mirror looks like. You guys looking in the mirrors see your own reflection unchanged. So even looking in his mirror, you see your own reflection unchanged. He says, I'm going to be in the tragedy called A Village No More. I'm going to play the Green Dragon. I can't remember my lines, so I give up. I used to work at the Witchlight Carnival with Burley. I really want to get back there. You think there's any way you could get me back there?
We're going to do everything we can.
Oh, good. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, we need to retrieve your shadow, along with Glister. There's so many things to do in here.
Well, you better hurry, because it's clear from the way I look in the mirror that my dreadful performances are not endearing me to Edelyn. I don't suspect she'll keep me around much longer. She'll probably make me a stagehand first. That's my only hope. God, I wish I'd never left the Witchlight Carnival.
Why did you?
Well, I kind of got a little unpopular because I was really blustery and short-tempered, and Edelyn said that she would teach me how to act, and that I would have to just give up my shadow and then work in the theater for 3 years. But I don't think 3 years here are like 3 years where I'm from. I want to get out. I want my shadow back, too. I think it's because my shadow's missing that no one likes me.
Right.
We've heard that can happen.
Well, can I spend whatever remaining time we have before our curtain call to cheer him up and help provide tips on how to remember lines better?
Sure. Yep, you do. And then Stage Fright comes calling. Time for the show, Stage Fright says. He takes you all back to the amphitheater. I'll go to movie all at once so you don't have to move yourselves. Grab all you guys. Takes you back through the stage room, back through stage left, and then into the wings here. And then off into the stage where you meet kind of a cold reception. The rain is coming down and dripping down on top of you. Edelyn is there in her booth watching you from above. The Darklings all coldly stare at you as you come up onto stage, and Stage Fright says, you must ad-lib this, because we don't have the play, although you do have some pages from it, Jotaro, although you're not sure you got them all in the right order. The name of the play you're trying to perform is Lament of a Suckling Boar. The young boar with silvered tusks vows to slay the werewolf who murdered his parents. He carries his parents' remains, a string of sausages around a basket. That's grim. And
It touches Killian's funny bone.
what you say and do is up to you for the most part, but you must find a way to incorporate Stage Fright's lines into the play's dialogue. Each time you deliver the lines, you will draw a new line from the bag. You can freely move around the stage, use props, and enter and exit scenes as you wish, but every one of you has a role, must contribute to the performance. If one of your characters dies or meets some other tragic end, you can no longer draw lines of dialogue. You exit the stage, but you are expected to return for the final bow once the play is concluded. Edelyn will be the play's sole judge. Every time a line is delivered in a way that complements the narrative, she will look favorably upon you. Every time a gruesome, tragic, or darkly humorous scene is enacted, she'll look favorably upon you. Each time a character loiters in the wings or remains on stage for too long without speaking, she will look unfavorably upon you. And if too much time goes by without a handout line being spoken, prompting Stage Fright to rattle his fool's scepter at you, she will look unfavorably upon you. When all the lines have been delivered, or when all the play's characters have met tragic ends, Stage Fright signals you to wrap it up and take your bows. Then he joins you on stage to await Edelyn's verdict. Okay, so I'm going to actually be like, I have all the lines here, and I'm going to blow it up a little bit. I'm going to like put your tokens by the line you currently have, and then I'll cross them out as we go. So that's how we'll keep track of all the lines. So I'm going to move this to the side. Roll a d6 for me, Maynard. Everyone roll a d6 for me, actually. Maynard gets a 1. So your line is going to be the top one here. And then Tiny G gets a 4. You'll be the fourth line here. And then Killian, you'll get the second line. And then Portia will get the fifth line. And then Jotaro, you'll get the sixth. Should blow these up. Let's see. Take these guys. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Oh boy.
Now they'll fit better. So Maynard had 1. Yeah, now you guys will be lined up. Killian into 2. There we go, perfect. So when you say one of the lines that's on this list, you'll roll a d6 again and go down that many spaces. And we're just going to kind of go in order from whoever's top to whoever's bottom in the list. So, Maynard, you can set off the play. Just like a line or two from the play. Again, the play for you guys is Lament of the Suckling Boar. Go ahead, Maynard.
Maynard is hiding under a table with his mortar and pestle. He looks up nervously and and says, "Did somebody speak? I thought it 'twas the braying of an ass. I'm terrified of asses. One kicked and killed my dear wife. And then our cart went careening off a cliff, killing my dear children. I'm the only survivor. What brings you to my apothecary shop?"
Edelyn was all intrigued and leaning forward, and then the stuttering apothecary made her even giggle, maybe a little bit. And let's see here. One success per timeline. Need some way to tally successes and failures. So we'll use stage fright. And middle of the thing is there. So every success, I'll move stage fright up one. Then Maynard, you roll a 5. So go down 5 ones that have not been used. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'll get a hold on to thy seat. Like that. And you can hold down the Alt key to line up with where you want to go.
Okay.
All right, Killian, your turn.
It was me you heard, but you're the ass. Huh. I brought your dinner. It's some nasty, disgusting sausages. Smell like they've been slung around a boar's head for a month. Not even hot jigs would dine on this garbage. Here, enjoy.
Who's the pig, by the way? Did you decide who the pig's going to be?
Portia
I'm a
plans on being a
princess.
werewolf because she couldn't hack it as a magician.
What was Killian? What was your character?
I was the mean-spirited servant. In
And
case
what about you,
couldn't tell
Tiny
on
G?
my fantastic-
He was the undead knight.
I think Tiny G should be the boar.
That
We-
makes sense.
You think you can do it, Tiny?
Sure.
Okay, roll a d6, Killian. So Killian only goes down 1 spot. So Killian, it's your turn again.
All right, I'll throw down the sausages there, and I'll look down at the table and say, who made a mess on this table? I guess I'm the only one here who can clean anything up. Sometimes I wish I'd just get killed before my time, so my soul would be lost without an afterlife, and I wouldn't have to worry about all these. I guess I have to go make pie from these crumbs.
All right. Then roll d6 again, Killian.
Hope I don't get another one.
No, you can't now. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you go down to there. Your turn, Suckling Boar.
Be careful with those sausages. They're my parents. They were moited and I had to grind them myself. Hey, are you the Lord here? I have terrible news from afar.
Then roll d6, Tiny. 2. 1, 2. Actually, go there.
Oh, okay.
And then I basically just move you down to the open one number, that number of flip spaces. Portia.
Well, Portia will say nervously, No, I am only the failed magician of the keep. But I cannot help but notice that your tusks are shining so silvery bright. You would make a mistress of the moon if it shone on you. And I'll run away a little bit.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you come down to there.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Shitaro.
So Jotaro prances in with enter stage right. Right as Portia says that compliments Tiny or the boar on his tusks, and she says, "Verily, your tusks are magnificent, so long and thick. You have lit my lantern wick,
that
that's
kind
for
of place.
sure. I am a flame." And then flutters her hand, his hand, wait, like, because she has the Vespers.
The Vespers.
Calm down, rabbit boy.
You even rhymed with wick. Well done.
Thank you.
Roll a d6. 2, 1, 2. Okay, Tiny G. And you can
You.
say Edelyn isn't
Oh.
so appreciative of all this lovey talk. Go ahead, mate. Tiny G.
Hey, calm down, bunny boy. Anyways, yes, please give me my sausages, and there's like 6 of them, all in like very big links, and I just start chomping on one. And said, you know where I'm from, in Valina, you're supposed to eat your parents to honor their dead, but we must go find the werewolf that killed them, so that way I can make werewolf sausages and dine on those too.
Yeah.
Roll a d6, Tiny. Tiny's back there. And then Jotaro.
You would reject my advances? Careful, whelp. And then Jotaro backhands Tiny G like a lot harder than he should have. Far greater than thou hath perished for less. And then with a hump, she moves to the side of the stage. She prances.
D6.
Boy, do we have to get through all
Like, hopefully, it backhanded Tiny G hard
2,
enough
3.
that there was some good blood that kind of like
His face
flattered
didn't
out.
move. Look at him.
So,
Disappointment.
so Tiny, you don't have to get through all of them because the play ends when everyone's dead, too. And Evelyn might grow bored as fast as you do, so be cautious about being too much of an actor out there. She wants to see some blood sooner rather than later. Maynard, go ahead.
That's what I was trying to do, is draw some blood.
I know.
Well, if you want to find the werewolf, I think it's up in the hills out yonder. Come into this cart. We'll go up to the hills. Don't mind the blood. That is my family who died in this cart before. I'm sure it's safe now.
Foreshadowing.
Hold on to thy seat. This trail has more bumps to come. Now, giddy up, horses. And I smack a pantomime a horse on the rear and then pretend like I'm caught in the cart and dragged along along behind it, screaming. And then I grab a red streamer that I brought, pocket it, and start throwing it out, as if I'm fountaining blood.
The crowd applauds and cheers. And Edelyn, so Maynard, you can go to the wings. And stage fright, Edelyn moves up another notch. And then Killian, your turn.
All right. I will kind of do a stage sneaky, kind of movement, obviously like a villain would do. And I will come up kind of to the side of Portia to where she can see me, but I'm sort of behind her. And I'll give her a little stage wink, and I will stage bonk her right on the top of the head and hope that she'll take my cue and fall. And as she does so, I'll rifle her body and steal something and say, ha ha ha, I feel I have inherited much from this meeting. And I'll twirl a fake mustachio and move off out of sight.
And roll d6.
Oops, there we go. Woo, another one.
Tiny.
All right. Did Killian walk off stage?
I don't know. Did you?
Nah, I wouldn't have gone off
You
stage.
come back to kill someone, Killian? The boar is going to kill the wolves, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Tiny's gonna waltz on over to Killian with the backside of his axe. Gonna kind of or the broadside, not like the blunt hammer side, but just give him a big old smack on the back, saying, "Stop that! Are you a fool? You can't pickpocket someone, especially after beating them on the ground like this." And I'll double down on Portia and bash her on the ground. Let me show you how it's really done.
All right. Then Killian, your turn.
I'll look at Tiny G with a just unbelievable look on my face that he betrayed me so horribly and say, "You dare speak of this crime I committed, you rascal? I'll show you. I will, I don't know what I'll do. But you'll regret it, and it will be terrible." And I will stomp off to the other side of the stage and fold my arms like I'm trying to think of a terrible comeback. Mostly because I couldn't think of one right now.
Edelyn's getting tired of no one dying.
Well,
Roll D6,
All right.
Killian.
Time to go murder.
1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4.
there we go. I'm on the murder spot.
All right.
Was I?
Werewolf.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Portia.
Portia will say, like, on the contrary, you will not regret that. You will regret attacking me. With my dying breath, I acknowledge all your faults and curse you for the rest of your lives, however short they may be, and then I will expire. And in so doing, lose my human form. Wait, I can't actually change into a werewolf. I roll around the stage until I reach a furry rug, and then I wrap myself up in it, and then roll fully off the stage with dying noises.
All right, but this is not good because the hero is winning. Maybe things will turn here. Go ahead, Tiny.
Tiny's gonna float on over to Killian and say, "I am sorry for bashing you on the head as lightly as I did, but I have succeeded and avenged my parents, and the werewolf, he's dead. Come, let's grab them and turn them into sausages so we can dine a very tasty meal of boar and werewolf men."
Then D6, Tiny. Keep going.
It seems we're in a bit of a pickle. I have forgotten my sausage making, my sausage sleeves. Hey, you see that lady over there? And I point to Jotaro. I heard there's a lot of goodies inside of her that we can make sausages with too.
3, 2, 3. And Jotaro.
So Jotaro pulls out. Hold on one second. She's over, away from the others, and she pulls out the silver hand mirror with a nymph-shaped handle. That's one of her trinkets, and she talks into it. "Master, I attempted to seduce the undead, or the boar knight, as you commanded me. No, I was unsuccessful. No, master, he turned to stone, metaphorically speaking. No, master, give me one more chance, please. I did not mean to fail you. Please, no!" And then Jotaro is going to sprinkle his dust of corrosion on the stage around him, so that as it melts through the stage, he's going to act like he's melting. No! Death! Horrible death! Painful, painful death!
And Killian.
Going to pull out my glaive and go over to the rug that Portia has now, sneakily slipped out of, and I will just give it a light chop and in a stage whisper say, "Hurts, doesn't it?" And then a harder chop. "Hurts, doesn't it?" And then I'll just keep chopping and chopping and getting louder and louder, and I'll be using minor illusion to make my voice loud as a lion roaring, saying, "Hurts, doesn't it?" over and over until I just collapse and lay there still.
And Tiny G.
Yay!
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't need no.
Tiny G gives kind of like an end of a Shakespearean eulogy, and then says, "What did we really learn? That boars and werewolves are tasty? or not to trust fey creatures in a mirror, or that overindulgence in attacking a rug is bad for your back and, prone to giving you spinal issues. This all portends an unpleasant day. However, I need to go make sausage. Fiend.
Scene. Edelyn is losing interest in the play quickly, but was happy that it wrapped up with so many deaths. She will make bargains with you, and in addition, she invites you to stay in the theater. She commands one of her servants to bring you up to the audience chamber, and then she departs and leaves the balcony. All the goblins descend upon the stage, start cleaning up the stage, and one of them is hanging around, loitering around you guys, basically kind of waiting for you to be ready to go see Edelyn. But there's not he doesn't command you to go, so it's kind of up to you what you want to do right now. So you are in. Let's see. Get this off the map if I can. There we go. You are in the stage area. Edelyn has departed her balcony. One of the goblins will escort you up to her audience chamber when you are ready. What do you guys want to do?
I feel like I want to whisper to folks should
Wanna-
we try to get his staff before we go?
Yes. Yeah, we need the staff to go free
Lister.
the twin. Yeah.
So how are you going to get his staff from him?
Where's he at?
He's there on the stage with you. He's over here. There, it's right by you now.
Oh, got a little staff in his hand.
Yeah, that is stage fright. Well, off with you. You need to go see Edelyn, stage fright says.
I could, out of his earshot, I would say that I could try to cast suggestion on him, but to give us his staff or to loan us his staff.
Yeah, do
May
that.
or may not work.
And if it doesn't, I've got my longbow of suggestion.
I can.
Where do you want to?
Also-
Where do you want to do this at?
We're going to ask. Let's first, before we do that, let's say before we can go meet with Evelyn, we need to get out of these costumes. Can you lead us to the dressing room again?
He looks flustered because he's already led you there once, so you should know the way, but he will lead you there again. So you guys are traveling stage left. Just let me know where you want to do the deed.
As soon as we're out of eye shot. I mean, I don't think anybody else is in the dressing room. So.
This room's good. This room here, because
Yeah.
all the curtains block sound. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
okay, so you get there. You'll do your suggestion. It's a 15 wisdom save. Is that right? I might have that wrong. I might have it.
Let me double check.
I bet it's 13. I bet I have it tied to your save, and I should.
Yeah, it probably is. Let me pull it up here.
But maybe it won't matter. See what he gets. Oh, shit. It doesn't matter either way. You got a 17. So you'll have to resort to other methods. And
Well-
the five of you can easily overpower stage fright. Do you want to leave him tied up somewhere? Beat
Yeah,
up?
we'll tie him
Yes,
up.
absolutely. Gagged.
Tied up, gagged, and in one of these boxes.
in a crate.
Okay, so he's in a crate in the back corner of the prop room.
Yeah.
I assume the goblin guide is too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put them in there together.
Okay.
I'll have some company.
Okay, so now you guys are free to explore as you like.
And we'll tell the goblin that we're doing this because Stage Fright was being a dick.
The goblin's like, that's fair.
Yeah, I thought he'd appreciate that. Don't be a dick to actors.
That's right.
And you also need to, get them a little something to help with the stage fright.
Okay, where to?
Oh gosh, the prison.
Yeah, let's do the
Yeah,
prison
it was
next.
north,
Okay, where's that at?
north and north, I
No.
think.
Where you want to
And
go?
up.
Oh, I don't know where.
Don't we have to go up one?
Yeah, I think we need to go up the stairs.
You go into the library, you go to the stairs, and up. Okay. They
Yep.
take you up to the tower level. Move you up there. All right. If you zoom out and zoom back in, or I just pinged you to the tower level, the stairs come up one level, about 20 feet. They keep going up, so there's another level above you. They deposit you out into a hallway. To your left is a great orrery spinning around. Looks like this.
It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy huge orrery spinning around. The description of that thing is here.
I see a sun and a moon.
Yeah. So the chamber houses a whirling contraption bolted to a revolving metal disc that serves as its base. Metal spheres and sickles are attached to the ends of long metal arms that sweep back and forth, clicking loudly and rhythmically like the hands of a giant metronome. The apparatus is inlaid with characters from strange alphabets, and smoky wisps in the shapes of these letters rise from the contraption as it revolves. The whole device hums and crackles with lightning. Rising from the middle of the mechanism is an 80-foot-tall copper pole made of 8 10-foot-long lightning rods attached end to end. It extends upward past a ring-shaped gallery that forms the chamber's upper level, through a hole in the 50-foot-high domed ceiling above. There's 3 goblins wearing overalls and tinted goggles that are using brooms to sweep the floor, seemingly untroubled by the noise of the contraption. That's what's to your left when you come to the top of the stairs. To your right when you come to the top of the stairs is a pair of suits of armor. Rusty suits of armor sized for goblins and equipped with halberds flank a large stone door. This door is odd because it's bereft of handles, hinges, or decoration.
And okay, so
Do we know what level the what level the tower the dungeons are on?
I thought it was right here.
Is it this level?
Is it not this door right here?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Okay, I trust you.
This does count as the second floor, right?
Your call. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You're 20 feet up. You went up one flight of stairs.
Do the rusty suits look empty? They're not filled with a goblin or two each?
Each of them has a skeleton of a goblin inside of it.
Great.
We'll cast Mage Hand and try to push on one of the doors.
When you do that... A large skeletal visage appears on the door, opens its mouth, and says, "You shall not pass. Back, I command you."
Let's show them the scepter and say, "Let us pass."
Stage fright. Commands it.
Opens its mouth wide enough to create an 8-foot-high, 3-foot-wide archway into the room beyond. The room
Nice.
beyond...
Looks like the deal.
Yeah. Room beyond is pretty sparse. You see 4 cells sealed by stone doors branching off from the walls of the empty chamber. There are stone levers just jutting from the walls next to each of the doors.
Surely nobody in this prison is an enemy of ours. So I'll just try to open one.
All right. You want to just open them all in turn until you have them all open?
Yes.
Assuming there's not anything in any of the other ones. Then you find only one of the cells is occupied. In the cell to the west is an elf, her face partially hidden under a sun mask. She's curled up on a divan, reading a book while sipping wine from a thin crystal goblet. There's a crystal decanter of wine in the room, a bowl of figs, a gold-embroidered wall tapestry depicting a wooded elven realm, and a porcelain chamber pot. The elf gets up and says, "Who are you?"
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm Jotaro. These are my friends. We were sent by your sister to rescue you.
You're here to rescue me? Oh, that's good news. How's Gleam?
Good.
Very bad.
No, I mean, good. Probably. I don't know. She. We haven't seen her. Tornado.
Got separated.
Yeah.
But she was fine last we talked to her.
It was.
That's good.
Well, she's shadowless, right? She's the one that doesn't have the
She
shadow.
is shadowless, yeah.
Yeah, we do need to find her shadow.
Oh, yeah, because Edelyn snipped it off with her shadow snipping scissors. It should be around here somewhere.
I think that room was next door to where we rescued the goblins, wasn't it? I think they said that.
Right.
Yeah.
Something was next
Or
door.
was it? Back downstairs?
Yeah, downstairs is a room called a shadow theater, like just north of the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's head back down there and rescue the shadows.
Okay,
and then,
that sounds good.
If they are reunited, will they automatically reattach?
Well, if you destroy them, if you destroy the shadow, the person who's lost their shadow gets their shadow back.
Let's go do that.
Hi,
Yeah.
that sounds simpler.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come with you. What's your plan? You just plan to leave, or you plan to try and take care of Edelyn?
Oh, yeah, we're going to roll this giant moon in front of your face.
Oh, well, I was going to tell you the same thing. You found it already.
Yep.
I can go along with you until you defeat Edelyn. That book that she was reading, you notice, is Volume 8 of the Tales from the Gloaming Court. A green-covered tome with withered frog stitched into its spine. Glister says, "It's boring. I'm just going to leave it here. You guys can have it if you want it."
Sure. We're making our own little collection.
Okay. Right. All right. Yeah, let's go to the Shadow Theater. I also heard some goblins talking. They bring me food and stuff. One was talking about in the belfry, one of the turrets, Edelyn boarded up to prevent others from ringing the bell that's up there, because apparently it's the safest, fastest way to reach the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Oh, good. We need to go there.
Yeah, and also Edelyn, one of the goblins said, lost a key that she's upset about, and no one can find it. I have no idea where the key might be, but that's strange. I also know that if my sister and I can reach the Fey Beacons, we can use them to return to the Witchlight Carnival. That's my ultimate goal. But I'll help you before I go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, you head back downstairs. I will grab you. Don't bother moving yourselves. With Glister in tow. And here. So this is the library again. Oh, and also, if you have an hour to spare sometime, and you peruse the books, you might find some more information out from the black books. But
Let's go take care of the shadows first.
Until then,
and then maybe we'll need to take an hour.
Yeah.
you push aside the the black drape there, to a hallway. And in this hallway, it's blocked by a wooden backdrop 10 feet from the entrance. The backdrop is painted to look like a library bookshelf. Working around that, you come to a second backdrop painted to look like a raging sea. And then the third to look like a moonlit graveyard. Everyone, let's see, give me your marching order as you're like come in where I put Killian, but Killian does not have to be in front. So whoever the first two people will be where Killian and Jotaro are.
I guess I want to be like second from the back. I don't know if anyone.
Tiny G would probably want to be up front, right?
Yep.
I'll be right behind him.
Okay.
Unless Maynard, Dave, are you there? I figured
Yeah, I'm
Maynard
here.
would actually want to be in where he goes stab somebody. I'll be behind him.
Is it okay if I take this opportunity to learn a tale?
You bet. Okay. After you come around the next backdrop, Killian, you're the first one through, or would it be Tiny G through first?
Tiny would probably be first.
Tiny?
Probably Tiny.
Tiny, but Tiny's flying just off the ground. So when Killian steps around the corner,
Ah.
a flagstone gives way under your feet, Killian, and you fall down into a 10-foot deep pit, but it's full of loose dirt, so you take no damage from the fall. But leaning against one wall of the pit is a tombstone prop made of wood, painted to look like stone, engraved with the name Killian.
Grandpa, how'd you get here?
So that's that pit there. And then there's a draped curtain to the left. So you guys
Okay, look out.
you guys can fish Killian out. You can look at that gravestone. When you touch it, Killian, for the first time, your hands go right through it. It's an illusion. The dirt that you're sitting in is real, but there's nothing else down there.
Something knows we're coming.
Yeah. All right. Then the chamber
We
beyond.
specifically.
So you pull aside the curtain to look at this little mini theater. There's rows of tiered seating filling the back half of the theater, and motes of dust float and dance above the ancient upholstery. The seats face a stone stage flanked by wooden silhouettes of fir trees. The stage is lit from behind and above by a white moon-like sphere of glass that hangs from the ceiling by a short chain and casts long shadows on the walls. Suspended above the stage is a trapeze.
Taro tries to make a shadow puppet of a rabbit on the wall, but it's really bad and looks even weirder next to his actual shadow of a rabbit that he casts.
Oh. Never realized just how inaccurate those are until just now.
Until you see the real thing.
There's
I'll make a
no.
minor illusion of a really nice rabbit silhouette right behind his shadow rabbit.
Then Jotaro makes a shadow of a human. It's like, how do you like it?
It looks good to me. Thanks.
It's just his fist with a hand underneath it. Oh, look at my round head!
Are there any shadow people in there? Portia calls from the back.
Shadow people. Shadows.
No shadow people. Do you guys want to search the room?
Yes.
Going into the room, you do discover one thing left behind of some value. A pair of opera glasses resting on a seat. Go ahead and put you guys, disperse you around the room however you want to be. Tiny, go and put you where you are. Glister will hang out next to one of you near the exit.
I'll help defend Glister.
Where did Maynard go?
Keep her alive.
He's way over here to the left.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, Maynard, as you're walking there, you feel a coldness, and then all of a sudden, what you saw as your shadow on the wall moves, and you are standing face to face with an actual shadow. The shadow that had to move to get to avoid you running into it begins to dance and prance around like a mime. And then another shadow appears, and then another, and then another, until there are nearly a dozen of them in this chamber. And then a shadow appears to the west of Tiny G and leaps up onto the trapeze. And this is the shadow of Gleam, Blister's sister. That's this one right there. And then another shadow appears and looms over Portia. And this is the shadow of Hurley.
Oh, bird.
What do you guys do?
They say we have to destroy them to free them.
Yeah.
One way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. They are, so Gleam's shadow is swinging back and forth on the trapeze. The other shadows are kind of capering around the seats and dancing around and jumping from seat to seat. And the bugbear is just looming over Portia.
All right. Well, unless somebody has a better idea, I'm just going to try to shoot Gleam's shadow. So
All right.
I'll wait until it's clear nobody else has a better idea before I do that.
I mean, do they want to be destroyed? Can we convince them to be destroyed?
So you know that the shadows aren't related to their owner. They're like independent
Okay.
creatures, and normally not well-intentioned creatures at that.
Sure.
And furthermore, you know that these ones probably are fully under the control of Edelyn, the hag.
Gotcha.
In
We all launch simultaneous attacks.
Let the games begin.
In fact, you remember now seeing Gleam's shadow at the Witchlight Carnival. It was like down a dark area between a couple booths. It was watching you and ran away when you saw it. So they're definitely being used as spies by Edelyn. So roll initiative, everyone.
Okay.
So there are shadows, Shadow B, and oh wow, everyone rolled the same initiative. I'll tie break that so that you guys don't necessarily have to go after the shadow. And then Gleam Shadow would be separate initiative, and Jotaro, you are first. So for the tiebreaker, let's see here. D6, 1 through. I'll roll D6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for first to go. So the shadow's first, and then it doesn't really matter between Tiny and Killian, so I'll leave you where they're at. Okay, so Jotaro, go ahead.
Worth a try.
Yep.
All right, bonus action. I'm going to Hunter's Mark Gleam's shadow, and then I'm going to shoot at it. Whoa, that sucks. Second shot. That's going to be a 26 for 19.
19 finished Gleam Shadow. Let me make sure you're using a magic bow.
I am.
Okay.
1 bow plus 1.
Okay.
Yeah, and does as long as Psychic does. Otherwise, it's only 15.
Oh, Psychic. Good news, Psychic works. So you drop Gleam Shadow just like that.
Oh, good.
After Jatara, Maynard.
Saved your sister. She owes me one.
Oh, Glister, I gotta roll her initiative. Boom. Nice. Go ahead, Maynard.
Maynard will attack.
That's a hit.
Short bow.
Oh, you
26.
sure you want to use a short bow? You got guys adjacent.
Oh, that's the wrong button.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to use that.
Okay.
I'm going to use. I'm going to start with my magic dagger.
Magic dagger. 21 is a hit.
21.
21 south or southeast?
Straight south.
Straight south. Dropped him.
And then we will disengage and come up with my buddy Tiny G.
Your turn, Portia.
All right. Portia's going to release her tail, which is an attack. Bugbear Shadow.
A 12 hits, luckily.
Yeah, luckily.
14 points of force damage. Nice. Boom.
And then I think she's gonna go ahead and learn another thing. Friends. And that's it.
All done. Okay, Glister will go next. She will fire a sun ray. It's a shame to do it on one with only 2 hit points. So she'll do it on one to the southwest. After she clears Killian. Oh, missed though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and runs to the group. Then the shadows, starting with the bugbear attack and Portia. 15.
I think I need to. I'm going to refresh, so if you get to my turn, sorry, but
Okay.
I'm locked up at some point.
Missed
Does
Portia.
not actually hit.
That hits or missed?
No, it does. No, it doesn't.
Does not. Right.
Amazed.
Okay, then we'll need Killian back for the rest of these actions because they're going to attack him like crazy. So you don't need to be here for this, but the first one was already in your reach, so he didn't have to enter your reach. So he closes,
Right.
attacks you, misses you. The second one takes 1 step and enters your reach. Do you want to attack him?
I would. Can you ping us so I can find us on the map?
You bet. There.
Super. All right, so I will try to hit it as it gets my reach.
That's a hit.
26.
10 magic slashing. Then it closes the rest of the way, and strength drain attack. It's a miss. That one goes there. Strength drain attack. 15 is a miss.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one goes there. Attacks Tiny. Critting Tiny for 16 necrotic.
A boo.
And your strength is reduced by 4.
Double a boo.
That shadows. All the non-blue shadows are done. Next to go are the blue shadows. Oh, well, they're all together. That's unfortunate. Even though they rolled 10 different on their initiative. This one comes to here, attacks Maynard. Strength drain. Crit. Or miss, I mean. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one comes here, attacks Jataro with a strength drain. 17 Jataro for 7 necrotic.
That's it.
2 strength. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one comes here, attacks Tiny G. 23 Tiny for 9 necrotic.
Yep.
And 3 strength.
Okay.
And that one attacks Maynard. 17 Maynard for 6 necrotic and 3 strength.
Oh, uncanny dodge some of that. And
Your turn, Tiny.
All right. Are we boogieing after we kill the Bugbear Shadow? Or did we already kill Bugbear Shadow? That's one
The
portion.
bugbear's
No,
not
it's
done.
almost dead. It's flickering.
Oh, boy. Yeah, they can take care of it. Let's go ahead and bonus action Rage. Let's see what number we get. We get a 6, which is... people around me have a +1 AC.
Nice. I'll put a Tempador on you.
Okay. And then...
I lost my concentration.
Oh,
with that
no.
hit.
Okay.
And then, I did not change my strength, but I have -7. So that's just -3 on rolls and attacks right now.
Yep.
Let's attack the non-blue one. So -17
That's a hit.
for... Oh, God. 14 damage.
14. Got it.
Oh, one more.
Hit. And killed him.
Another hit for great.
All right.
And
After Tiny,
that's
Killian.
All right, I'm going to bonus action cast Spirit Shroud. Give me some extra damage when I hit these guys. And then I will start by attacking the one due south of me. That's my glaive. It's a 26 for...
Nine's enough.
Plus, okay. And then it's a plus a d8 normally. And then I will, for my second attack, I'll attack the one next to Tiny up there. That is 11, probably.
Miss.
That is it.
After Killian, Jotaro.
All right, Jataro's going to bonus action rabbit hop to there. And just going to try to shoot the shadow through Portia.
Okay.
19 for 8.
Dropped it.
Okay. And then he will shoot the one directly south of him. Second, extra. It's going to be a 28 for 11.
Psychic. Yeah, they take it all. 11. After Jotaro, Maynard.
Yeah.
Okay, Maynard will attack the one to the southeast with his dagger. Oh, no, I'm not next to that one. Attack to the one to the south with the dagger. But that's only a 10.
That's a miss.
And then I'm going to disengage because if I take more strength, I'm in trouble.
Portia, your turn.
Okay, well, heck. I guess that changed what I was going to do a little bit. I'll come over here and I'm going to give me and Tiny some temporary hit points. And it's equal to 2 rolls of the Bardic Inspiration die plus my Charisma modifier.
Yeah, so I haven't updated that correctly. So
Okay.
roll
So one
another
more
roll another D8.
D8.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Nice.
we go. 13.
13. Those are temps, so keep track of that separate from your regulars.
Yeah.
Okay. After Portia, Lister. Let's see here. That's Sunray. I think it's a ranged spell attack. Let me double check. Sunray ranged spell attack. Yes. Attack with disadvantage. She'll attack the one right next to her with her Sunray. Hit it. 10 radiant obliterates it because it's vulnerable to radiant. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. And she's done. Shadows on Killian. Strength drain. 19 Killian.
I will shield that.
8 also misses then. And then on Tiny G. 10's a miss. 21 for 11 necrotic.
Yep.
And 4 strength.
Kill me with these
Ugh.
D4s. Literally.
And then this one comes here, attacks Portia. 21 Portia.
Oh,
8 necrotic. And 3 strength.
which is a total of 11.
Then Tiny, your turn. What's your strength at now, Tiny?
That's my minus 11. So I'm at
Strength is 7. Oh,
I'm gonna dodge.
dodging, okay.
Yeah. Dodge and say, kill these things.
After Tiny, Killian.
All right, I'm going to first attack the one over by Tiny. It's a 21 for 11
Dropped it.
plus some kind of 16 or whatever, 8
Dropped it.
radiant. And then I will attack the one to my southwest with my second swing. That's a 21 for 13 plus something. 13 plus 1 radiant.
Nice. $13 plus 1 radiant is 2, so 15.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Got it.
Okay, I
Okay.
rolled it on a die instead of there.
That's okay. I was just clicked it to see what how the rules worked for it.
Gotcha.
You got to pick. You got to pick what you want to use at the start. But
Yeah, it would have been radiant
Yeah,
for all of
yep.
them. So,
okay,
is that one still standing?
it is.
Then I'll bonus action hit it with the butt into my stick. 27
That finished
for
it.
8 plus something else.
Rounds over. Jotaro, your turn.
All right. Jotaro will move to here, get a clear shot on this one right here. Longbow. First attack is going to be a 26 for 11.
11, still up.
Second is going to be a 29 for 10.
Dropped him. Maynard.
Maynard, in a flurry of drapery, will charge out and stab with his dagger. Take that. 16 for 17.
16 for 17. Dropped him. Portia.
Well, I'm gonna viciously mock this one. That's right next to me.
Ooh, no.
Dang. Ooh,
Saved.
that was clever. Well, I suppose I'm good where I am.
Blister. Trying to save little Tiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get to here for no cover. Fire on the shadow. 17 hit for 20 points of damage. Obliterating it.
Good job, Blister.
Oh, that's all I could do for the day, though, Blister says.
Came in handy.
Yeah, it did.
That's all was
I
needed.
could give Blister a it's my new did it do? My new Rage Spirit, is it? Let's look it up. I can give her spell thoughts back.
Oh, it's not a spell, unfortunately. It's just a 3 times per day magical ability.
Mm,
You can give one of your friends spells back.
I certainly can.
If you guys would all like to short rest in the library, you could. That would get Tiny his strength back and some other people their strength back. And then you could also
Okay.
peruse those black books.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Song of Rest us.
yes,
Portia?
just one moment.
Is bolstering.
3.
For logistics, this will probably go another session here in Motherhorn. And Tom, you're invited to join us, even though I'll make us 6 if Big Blue comes back, just so that you can do the whole thing. If you
Sweet.
can play next week.
Tom, I will warn you that I don't know if you've seen the news, but there's a possibility I may not be available next week.
Okay.
Because I may be having to watch the Chiefs game on a Tuesday night instead of a Sunday.
Nice.
Because there's been an outbreak. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I know. Was it Kate? Who's their tight end?
Travis Kelce, but they added Tyreek Hill is now out.
Oh, no.
Blake Bell is out. Rashad Fenton is out. So we are missing right now on the COVID list. Not counting the 3 from last week who should be back. The Chiefs are missing their tight end 1, their tight end 2, their wide receiver 1, their cornerback 1, cornerback 2, their kicker,
Wow.
and their right tackle.
Wow.
And they're expecting that there's going to be at least 10 more who are going to be added to that list in the near future.
Okay, so short rest, and then perusing the black books. You find the following additional secret info. 3 verses that stand out among the rest of the black books. Verses all I've wrought shall come undone when the moon blots out the sun. The second, the sweet treachery we 3 have wrought, would Igwil forgive us? Ha, I think not. And then the last one, time was our ally standing beside us, giving us that which Mummy denied us. But now I feel its hands turn cold, and see its second sight unfold. The hourglass broken, the sisters 3, meeting our hellish destiny. Bav and Scab will never know that time has always been our foe. Okay, then you do your short rest, and then you have Glister still. So now where to?
We want to go destroy the lightning rods?
Yes. Yes, I was wondering whether that was important so that she could not use the orrery before we cause the eclipse in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm.
What was needed for destroying it?
We just need to climb up and steal or deactivate the rods. Which doesn't sound safe, but...
Definitely this is very safe. Man.
Okay, I will grab you guys and move you back up to that level so you can kind of plan from there. So here you are, looking at the orrery.
I think it's once even farther up the staircase.
Yeah, you want to go another level up?
Yeah,
See what's up there?
makes sense.
Okay. Go one on up. Okay, you're over here now. The stairs end at this level, 40 feet above where they started. A short hallway deposits you out into a balcony that overlooks the orrery again, and that still continues on up through the ceiling above. The ceiling above is 50 feet high, domed ceiling. And you guys are at the 20-foot mark above where the thing started. So it still goes 30 more feet up from this level. And let's see, Tiny's normally in front, so I'm going to put Tiny here. The rest of you, go ahead and take up your march order behind Tiny. Killian second normally, Maynard, Jotaro, Portia, and Glister. Is that normally what you do?
I think so.
All right. Well, Tiny, when you peek around the corner, none other than Edelyn is there. She is watching the orrery and taking down notes in a black book that looks not unlike all the other black books that are in the library down below. She looks at you, Tiny, and she says, I was expecting you.
Hello.
You did good in your play below. Why have you come to my realm? Her voice is, unlike mine, very old and weathered and scratchy.
Exactly, unlike yours.
Yep.
We came with a message from your sisters.
Well, at that, you notice something, Tiny. Standing upright from behind the... Oops. From behind the railing on the other side, her mouth slack, flies flying in and out of it, is
Well,
her sister Bavlorna.
I see she's already delivered the message.
You are the ne'er-do-wells who've been causing so much grief in our realm. Let's say we put a stop to it here, shall we?
Oh no.
What would you like to go away and leave us be? Leave us in peace.
The restoration of Zybilna as the rightful ruler of Prismere.
Show yourself, rabbit
What the
speaker.
rabbit said.
You can move on out to where you can see her if you want to talk to her, Jotaro.
Sure.
Okay. She laughs, which turns into a cough. That's not something we can do, but we can help her. You see, my sister lost something that's important for us to help her. A horn from a unicorn. I have seen that you have it. If you give that to me, I can give you something in return.
And what would you do with this horn?
Oh, it would help us with Zybilna.
How?
I can't go into the details.
Can't or won't?
That's
Right.
my line.
No, the horn stays.
Yeah. No offense, but I'm not going to take your word that you're going to use it to help Zybilna.
Actually, she said it would help them with Zybilna.
Yeah.
So you could help Zybilna.
You will give me that unicorn horn, or I will throw you into my orrery.
Why don't you ask Scabatha how that went for her?
You can see the ire building in Edelyn, the anger. Bavlorna is just looking dumb over there, her mouth wide open, flies flying in and out of it. Roll initiative.
Oof.
We will assume... let's see here. I should use something. I'll use Gleam's token for the moon thing that you guys have. So Gleam is not with you, but her token will represent the moon. So it was like at the back of the party being pushed up, with Portia and Maynard.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. So Gleam and Glister together would form the symbolic eclipse. Moving Glister around basically takes your... basically it takes your action to, roll it along the ground. And then you move however far you roll it. Glister's happy to do that, so you guys don't have to worry about it. So, everyone roll initiative. You already did, it looks like. Let me roll for Glister. Roll for Edelyn. She's not 40 feet above the ground. She's actually on the ground. So, I'll fix that.
Oh, and you still have the shadows in the initiative.
I do. Wonder why.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more.
Okay, let me see. Everyone rolled. Yeah. Good. Tiny, you just are sucking up the initiative today.
I was pretty good on the first one.
Yeah. Okay, Maynard, you are first to go.
Okay. Darting and weaving through my companions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got a dash down there. And I will try and stab her with my dagger. Not with that button, this button.
Ooh, nice shot.
26 for 22.
She screams out in pain from that. She calls, Bavalorna! Attack them! Anything else, Maynard?
I'm going to holler at Bavalorna. You might want
I'm just
to
gonna
remember how this went for you last time
pull
and
back.
take the better part of valor.
After Maynard, Edelyn's turn. Maynard took the better part of valor and hid behind Jotaro.
That's what I'm doing.
Edelyn, angry with Jotaro with all her might, reaches her spindly skeletal arms out, and you see like puppeteer strings shoot out toward Jotaro. 25 to hit Jotaro.
Oh, yeah.
16 points of psychic damage. And then she hurls you towards the orrery. You try to grab on for dear life, or else you'll be thrown out into the open air there. DC 15 dex save to hold the rail.
All right. Check something out. Okay. DC, what?
15. 1-5. So your rapid reaction won't help you.
Yeah, it will not.
You go flying out 10 feet out into the air and then go tumbling down through the orrery. You see lightning striking Jotaro, arcing between him and the arms. An arm comes, swings around and smashes him, knocks him this direction, and then he plummets and smacks onto the ground with a sickening thud. Let's see how much damage that does to you, Jotaro. Not going to be pretty.
Say, 4 or 5 hit points should be about it.
Okay, Jotaro, on your way down, you can make a dexterity 15 dexterity saving throw, DC 15 dexterity saving throw, or take 44 lightning damage. Half on a save.
Ow.
Got it.
22 lightning damage on the way through the orrery.
That puts me at 8.
And you guys see that Jotaro smashes onto the ground there. Let's see, this level is, I think, 20 feet above that level. Let me double check. Yeah. So,
But I was slowed down by hitting all of those posts.
yeah, and they smashed into you, so it'll balance out. 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the
Okay.
fall. You're prone. And worse yet, starting your turn in that area... actually, no. You got knocked all the way to there. If you're within 15 feet of the center, which you're not now, but if you're within 15 feet of the center, you start your turn in the lightning zone.
Okay.
And you get struck by lightning. So to get back up, you have to not go within 15 feet of the center. And you're 20 feet down. You're 20 feet below where everyone else is at right now. And put a prone marker on you because you're prone on the ground there. Okay, that was Edelyn's first puppeteer lash. Her second puppeteer lash is going to go after... Taiji can fly, so Maynard.
Try to dodge it.
25 to hit, Maynard.
Gosh.
16 psychic damage to you, Maynard. DC 15 dexterity saving throw to grab the rail before you go down.
I'm going to try using my inspiration
Okay.
on this. Just to go for the rail. This is
Having
Dex,
seen
right?
the Cuisinart.
That's what you said? Oh my god.
Oh no. You are thrown 10 feet into the orrery. 44 points of lightning damage, DC 15 dex save for half. Oh no. So you are knocked unconscious by the lightning, struck by the orrery, thrown to the ground here, and take a death save failure when you hit smack bloodily onto the ground. So you got one red, put a red circle with a 1 on it for your guy. Hit points at 0, prone marker. Edelyn now screams in fury, "Give me the horn!" And she's done. Glister, your turn. Oh, Glister, okay. Glister wants to move the Eclipse in there, but there's no rush yet, because Edelyn's not real close to dying yet. So she'll ready an action to move it. Therefore, she's really only going to be able to move at half her speed. But once there's room, she'll move it on by. That's Glister. Chitaro, your turn.
All right, Jataro's going to move one. Oh, I got to stand up. Shoot, that's right. All right. 1, 2, 3. And then bonus action, cast Misty Step. To get to right there.
If you could
And
get
then
me out of
action.
the lightning zone.
Nice.
You
You stayed out. You stayed out. You're good.
And action, feed a potion of healing to Maynard.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
10 hit points
Well
back.
done.
Nicely done. And Maynard, you can have your inspiration back. That was so inspiring. After Jotaro, Bav Lorna, Slackjaw Lorna, just kind of shuffles backward a little bit.
She's smarter than she looks.
Smarter.
Back to here, opens a door that you can hear, goes through it. Portia, your turn.
Okay. The part of the lightning rod that's connected to the orrery is within visible range, right?
Correct.
Would you allow me to cast Shatter on it?
You may, yes.
Okay. Can I do that over Killian's shoulder?
Yeah, you can do it from there.
Okay. All right. Doop.
Ooh, nice. And furthermore, use your what's it? What's that?
Oh, I guess I would-
spiritual focus or something. I think, right? So it's going to do 27 points of damage.
And oh, sorry. Well, I guess I thought it was my highest level spell, but I can now see that it's not a third level by nature. Is it okay if I cast it at third level?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Then that's what I
31 points of damage. And that lightning rod has 25 hit points. So you shatter the lightning rod,
Nice.
and now the lightning is gone. So the only danger from falling is falling now, not going through the lightning zone on the way down.
Falling doesn't suck as much as the lightning.
Nope.
Just letting you know.
You know, I smell
Nicely
burnt
done,
hair.
Portia.
Well played.
Well-
That's... What else, Portia?
I mean, I guess I'm worried about the folks downstairs. Can I run back down the stairs to get ready
Don't
to
worry
assist
about
them?
us. Just
Okay.
kill the
Okay.
hag.
Well, then I'll just use a bonus action to learn a tale.
Okay. Gleam will use, or Glister will use her ready to move the Eclipse closer. Remember, you gotta get her out there where she's visible to Edelyn before you kill Edelyn. So you guys gotta clear out of that hall, basically. Horse is done. Killian's turn.
As I'm running towards Edelyn, I will Hexblade's curse her, and I'll give her. Let's see, that one is. Nope, that's it. That's all that's there. And then I will run up there and start swinging at her.
I'll also have used my movement to get out of their way, if that's okay.
First swing, 23 for, that does an extra 3 damage, I think. Hexblade Curse, sorry, I'm looking
Yeah,
at
it's your proficiency, so 3
extra
more.
3
So
damage, so 23 for 11.
11. Okay, got it.
Second swing at her. 27 for 13.
13.
Oh, actually, that is a crit.
Oh, it's a 19 on the die. Nice.
Yeah, so that's for 23.
12 more.
10 more, so 20 plus 3 is 23.
Oh, right. You don't have hex. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's it.
After Killian, Tiny.
Okay, let's putter on over to the other side of her.
Okay.
We're going to bonus action Rage, which is number 2, which I teleport to a vacant spot that I can see.
Ooh, that might be handy if you get knocked off the edge.
Yeah. I'll poof right there, and then I'll move up again. It kind of has like a little like a little feint attack. I planned that all along. And let's give her 2 swipes. 19
Hit.
for 17.
Nice.
I'm hitting this D10. 25
Okay.
for 9.
5 for 9. You guys are making quick work of Edelin. Round is over. Maynard, your turn.
Well, I have no practical way to get up there quickly, so I'm just going to shoot my short bow.
Armor class
15
17, so
for-
15 missed.
Okay.
After Maynard, Edelin's turn. She shrieks and uses a puppeteer's lash on Killian. 18, Killian.
I will shield it.
She screams at that, uses a puppeteer's lash at Tiny. 24, Tiny. 16
Sure
points
does
of
hit.
psychic damage.
Okay.
So we move you to there. You don't fall, of course, since you can fly. And she'll go 1, provoking from Killian when she leaves that square. Go ahead, Killian.
Will do. 25 for 13.
It's 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goes running that direction. And actually, ooh, she's close to the eclipse. She's got to go a little bit further. If you kill her outside the eclipse, remember you don't kill her, so keep that in mind. Oh, and it's Glister's turn to move. Perfect timing. So Glister comes right to the opening, putting the whole room in an eclipse.
Thank you.
Jotaro.
Nice.
I'm going to Hunter's Marker. And I'm going to take some shots. And I'm going to use my first one. I'm going to use my inspiration. Because she threw me down a fucking hole.
Yeah.
So this is with advantage.
That's a hit.
28 for 12.
She takes all that types of damage. 12.
Second attack is a 29 for 14.
Jotaro runs Edelin through. The hag drops down to the ground, dead. And in the eclipse, dead for good. We can keep going in the initiative because in case you want to catch Bavlorna. Anything else, Jotaro?
I move. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to climb up. So I've got. So that was. I did 5, so I've got another 25 feet of movement, and I'll try climbing up the wall.
20 feet up.
Oh yeah.
So you can keep
That'd
track of that.
Yeah, double movement, so I'm only 10 feet up, right?
Bavlorna. I don't think you guys can catch Bavlorna.
That's all right.
Yeah, she's through the
She
door.
lives to waddle another day.
She does. She jumps up onto the ornithopter, and takes off toward Prismere. Or towards the House of Heart's Desire, wherever she's going.
This is so weird. Bevlorna is so weird.
She always lives.
This keeps running away.
She
Remember
might
how
be
she
the
TPK'd us?
she
First time we
Yep,
fought
for
her?
number
Yeah.
one.
she might be the smartest of all the hags. She might be Baba Yaga herself, is what it might be
She
happening.
didn't really TPK us. All of her little frog friends did.
That's true. You know what's funny is that out of the 3 hags, she's the one who really messed us up and then got away.
Yeah.
We honestly didn't have really any trouble with the other 2 hags, just killing them. and she got away from both of those fights too.
Maybe
I'm,
she's just hiding her true powers.
I am
Yep.
saying this right now. If we have the chance, I do not want to kill her. I don't. I don't want to. I want her to survive. She has earned it. In Jotaro's mind, Bevlorna has earned it.
Okay, well, I was wrong. I think you guys are going to finish this up tonight. Because you've done every hard fight except for possibly one. And it could go pretty quick. So, you want to explore this level? I'll just tell you what's in each room on this level as you explore it. Because you're really out of danger.
We've already taken 2 short rests, so we probably can't get
you're
another
done.
one.
Yeah, you're done for the day for short rests. So you
Anybody
just-
got any healing?
Yes.
Killian is going to go ahead and use my rod to regain a spell slot. Since
Got it.
Got a moment.
Well, Tiny can also divvy out spell slots.
Ooh, nice, yeah.
I can do that 3 times.
3 times.
Killian,
Nice.
how many slots are you missing? Like, just the one, or?
I just had the one that I used, so I'm good.
Okay.
I could use a 2nd level spell slot back if you want to
you're
give it to
going
me.
to get what a D3 gives you.
Oh, fair. What is okay? I could take a 1st level spell slot back if you could do
Well,
that.
there's a first.
That works.
Portia, do you need any?
Well, I'm about to cast some level 2 spells for healing on people.
Well,
Let
let me know what you need.
Okay. And
I would just like
unfortunately,
that.
all I have is healing word, but
More than 2 hit points is really what I'm looking for.
You want more than 2.
Yeah.
2's like twice as many as you need.
what does SF stand for?
It's your spiritual focus, I think.
Oh, neat. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So is that 13?
Total of 13.
Nice.
And I'll do one for Maynard. I'm just marking this down.
Okay.
And then Portia can have, a 2nd level slot.
So,
Oh, sweet.
the doors to Edelyn's room are trapped, but in such a way that it's not as dangerous anymore that you've taken care of the lighting. Because what they do is they'll form a magical hand that pushes you away from the door out into the orrery, but that's much less reduced now. So, no big deal if you don't find it, and even then, I think you will find it because you got some pretty good thieves with you. Then, when you open the doors to Edelyn's room, you see this. You see scores of wooden marionettes hanging from the ceiling. The floor is strewn with old play scripts. Near the entrance is an alcove containing a bare table. Another alcove holds a wooden chest with tiny clawed feet. Deeper in the room, you see a wicker basket surrounded by miniature toy birds. Scores of hourglasses are fixed to the walls. Whenever the sand of an hourglass runs out, the mechanism that attaches the hourglass to the wall causes it to flip over. The steady hiss of all those falling grains of sand can be heard throughout the room. A large glass-doored wardrobe with a jade eye embedded in its cornice stands at the far side of the room. So the chest is locked, and that's the key that's missing. So you don't find the key on Edelyn, but Maynard is quite the thief. You may have heard of him from...
Such heists.
the treasure chest...
11.
Yeah, Given a couple minutes, you can easily pick it.
Okay.
It has inside of it a black sack containing 4 gold bedpost knobs. It has 8 bottles of exquisite elven wine. It has a shriveled hand of an elf wearing a ring, which you will later identify as a ring of shooting stars, on its third finger, and clutching several rolled up sheets of blank parchment, along with a title page that reads The Agonies of Aligarthus, a 3-act tragedy by Edelyn Moongrave. That's what's in the chest. The wicker basket and toys. The wicker basket, you find some cat hair in it, some black cat hair. But no black cat to be found anywhere here. It's missing, evidently.
The goats mentioned the cat too.
They did.
Now that I recall.
Yeah.
The toys. There's 3 tiny stuffed birds and 3 tiny wind-up clockwork birds. Winding up the clockwork birds. They walk counterclockwise in a 5-foot diameter circle, completing 1 circle every 10 seconds. Yep.
Do any of them look like a raven?
Raven. No, they don't.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay, that's that. The glass-doored wardrobe. The jade eye adorning the wardrobe's cornice is closed, but it opens if the wardrobe is tampered with. Nothing is inside of any significant value, but hanging on the back interior wall of the wardrobe is a mirror in an oval wooden frame. Identifying that through a short rest later on or such. Identifies as a magic mirror similar to those you've seen before in the hag's cottages. Mirrors you suspect would take someone to the Witchlight Carnival. This must be how they get their minions there to steal things. The hourglasses all around the room are worth 25 gold each, and there's 100 of them. So,
Nice.
a lot of money there. No two are exactly alike. And using your thieves' tools, it's easy enough to pull them off the wall. So, that's all the hag's treasure that you found. Then, you find Bavlorna's gone in the Ornithopter. No treasure left behind there. Bavlorna had been staying here. So there's all sorts of marshy reeds and stuff piled up as a bed, but nothing of value there. The other tower has some interesting stuff in it. Let's see here. Bottles filled with crackling lightning line wooden bookcases along the walls of the chamber. There might be around 30 bottles of this crackling lightning. There's an open archway that leads to a stone balcony that overlooks the amphitheater 30 feet below. On the opposite side of the room from the arch is a large wooden desk, atop which is a stack of parchment which is fluttering under the wind, under a stone paperweight shaped like a toad. Lastly, dangling from a rafter near the desk is a rusty cage that holds 3 folded paper birds, flitting about like moths. There is writing on those birds. When you capture one and unfold it, it reads, "My darling Bav, Scab had the horn, but either lost it or forgot where she hid it. Her head is so full of cobwebs. Imagine what she'll be like when she's senile. Your favorite sister, End." Dearest Scab, Mummy's little warlock spy was happy to betray her companions and reveal that Zelik, Zargash, and the others are conspiring to betray us. But fear not, their plots will not succeed. Even now, an outside force promises to rid us of the whole stinking lot. What's important is that the cauldron remains safe. Let me know how you wish to proceed. Your beloved sister, End. And the last one reads, Lord Kellic, I have written a new play titled The Agonies of Aligarthus. It's a tragic tale inspired by real-life misfortune that I think you might enjoy. You and the other members of the League of Malavents are invited to Motherhorn to watch a live performance. Your missing colleague Skyla has been my guest for some time, but I'm afraid she has worn out her welcome. In exchange for my generosity, I'm hoping you can take her off my hands. Until our next meeting, Edelyn.
Have we run into a Skyla yet? I don't think we have, but I'm not 100%.
It wasn't one of the actors we met.
Nope.
Was she one of the actors that was practicing on that stage?
Nope. All of them seemed like commoners. You know, none of any power.
Now, I think that the Charmay was a member of this League of Malevolence.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if Skyla and Charmay are the same person.
Like, I mean, it very well could be.
A name de plume, if you will.
B.
Okay, also in this chamber, Glister tells you that I think this is where the bell is up there. And you jump up on the desk and you can move aside some of the boards in the ceiling. And when you do, you reveal a bell up above. You should ring it, she says.
I ring it.
Boom. When you ring the bell, nothing happens at first.
Ring it again.
Then you notice, far off, through the clouds, a flock of birds coming your way. There's like 5, 6 of them. It takes about 20 minutes for them to reach the tower. And as they do, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Until when they arrive, you see that they are in fact each giant cranes. They alight on the edge of the tower. Their plumage is soft and comfortable looking. And they kind of lower their shoulder for you to jump on them to fly to the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Well, I've flown a dragonfly. I bet I can fly a crane.
Anything else we need to do here before we go?
Yeah, that was my question.
You killed Edelyn. You basically freed Glister. Glister would be happy to get Hurley on the way out.
Yeah.
Because you
Perfect.
cut Hurley's shadow.
Yeah, I'm taking him back to the Witchlight Carnival,
Right.
too.
Let's tell all of the other actors about the secret tunnel.
Okay.
Or I guess I can just leave now.
They can just leave now, yeah.
Wherever the entrance is.
Yeah.
Do we want to go confront Charmay and of the League of Malevolence? Do we care?
Pardon me. Yes. I mean, might as well. While we're here.
We know that one of her buddies attacked us and tried to kill a unicorn.
Yeah.
And we know that the dwarf we rescued from Scabbeth and Nightshade isn't any friends of theirs.
So that's the one last encounter I said you might have, and it probably will go pretty quick.
Let's
Given
do it.
that you can kind of, launch an ambush on it. Glister is ready to go. She'll let you take care of that. She's going to find Burley or Hurley. She never knows the difference. And that's why one of them wears a pumpkin, she says. And head to the Fey Beacons. Leaving you guys, the 5 of you alone, to deal with Skyla. So Skyla, you talk to all the actors. You don't know any of them that could be Skyla. So you suspect your last inclination is that Skyla's in the basement. So if that's true, and Skyla is in fact Charmay, you can come down the stairs behind the black curtain. You can use the cranes that are up above to lower yourself down onto this platform. This is how they take big, heavy props from down below up to the stage. They wheel them out onto the platform here, and then take the cranes to get them up. So you can go to there, and you can come down the lift over here.
Ooh, Jataro's gonna come down the lift.
Okay?
Yeah, a little more out of the way.
Chitaro's on the lift. Put your guys all where you want to be.
We should 3-prong attack this biatch.
Where are the tokens?
Where
You
did we
are
go?
right here.
There you go.
Ah.
Cool, everyone went so far.
If everybody else going that way, then I'll go down on the other lift just to triangulate. But I'm fine. either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, which are the lifts?
So you could be down the stairs. It's one choice. Or on the pier is the second choice. Or
Ooh.
on the lift is the third choice.
I'll do the pier because I can just float down to the lower level, right?
Yeah, you sure could.
Yeah.
Oh, can I
So
be on the
which-
pier?
You want to
Yeah,
be the
you
pier?
do the stairs.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
Maynard, where you want to come down? Stairs, pier, or lift? Lift. Okay.
If you do the stairs, you're closer to her. Since you need to go stabby stab.
Unless you moved.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, Maynard's got the
I'll come down the
stairs.
stairs.
Okay. Are you going to try and coordinate and jump her?
Yeah. We'll give her a chance to surrender.
Do you guys, do you guys have any way to up your stealth skills?
Oh, yeah, I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay, that's enough that you'll be secured a surprise round. Well, the people near you would.
Yeah.
Then you got a rogue otherwise, and then Tiny and Portia. So, Maynard, make a stealth check. Tiny and Portia make a stealth check.
I'll give Tiny G guidance.
He's going to need it.
you know how us Garzonis roll.
Oh, if
Ugh, I didn't do great.
yeah,
either.
that's right. I'm not going to do Pass Without Trace since we're coming down on a freaking elevator.
It's
kinda obvious, isn't it?
Okay, so pretty
Yeah.
much the only one going in the surprise round is going to be Maynard.
All we need.
Maynard will listen as soon as he hears the first creak of an elevator. He can launch his attack, and then you guys will join in the first real round. So everyone, roll initiative, please.
Booyah.
Hi, Portia. You know what to do.
Mister's gone.
I've trained you at least 4 times. Let's go through the motions.
Oh, Charmay rolled a 4 for her initiative.
All right.
It's not going to be good for Charmay. Okay, Maynard, throw aside the curtain. You look into the room. You see goblins, all worker types, and Charmay straight ahead of you.
You've abused the goblin kind long enough.
What the hell?
Take that.
That's a hit.
21 for... Well, we'll go for 15, I'm sorry.
15. Okay, got it.
And offhand dagger, 16 for a massive 3.
That's 3. Got it. Okay. All done?
Yeah, and then I'm going to back up a little bit.
Charmay cries out a command word. And then all of a sudden, various props around the chamber begin to animate.
Gosh dang it.
Is it my turn now?
It is now. Let me roll the props initiatives.
All right.
You are outmatched. You will be defeated. Stand down and I will call off the animated objects. Jotaro, go ahead. So now you see all these objects around the periphery,
five.
all with hit points now and names. The A number is their. I hope you can see the names. You might not be able to. Can you guys see names below?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. The name number is their armor class.
Okay. Hunter bonus action. I'm gonna transfer my hunter's mark to her and longbow attack. 28 for 19.
28 is a hit. 18 damage. Hold up there. Don't attack again.
I won't.
Boom. She disappears in a puff of smoke. And is gone. You don't know where she went. The animated objects are all getting ready to move. Anything else? You can shoot your second shot, Jadar.
Does it look like she disappeared, like invisible, or like
She disappeared in a puff of smoke.
Yeah, I'll try shooting the same spot.
Okay.
I mean, I don't hear anything there, though, right?
Correct.
Or do I? Okay.
You don't.
All right. Never mind. Instead, yeah. I'll use my second shot on the owlbear next to Killian.
Okay.
That's only going to be a 14.
14. He's armor class 15, so that's a miss.
That is my turn.
All right. Maynard, your turn.
She disappeared. Where is she?
She disappeared. You want to do a perception check?
I do.
Make a perception check.
Just a 12.
Just a 12. Do a check here. You don't know. No sign of her.
All right, I'm going to dodge.
Dodging, then comes Portia.
Okay. Portia's
You know the
going,
rules.
going to peek in the room. And
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
she vaguely remembers her standing around where the tailor was, and she's gonna cast, even though she can't see her, she's gonna attempt to cast shatter right here to at least get all these animated objects.
Okay.
I think I can get the three along the right wall.
Probably a 10-foot radius on Shatter, I think. So I bet you can only get 2 of them.
Ooh.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, can you show that again one more time?
10-foot radius. There you go. Drag that wherever you like it.
Try to do like here. And maybe if she was still standing around there, she might be affected. Oop.
9 points of thunder. You doing it at regular second level?
Yeah.
9 thunder, 15 con save, inorganic disadvantage. Failed, con, failed. You'll take 15 damage. Alright. And stop. Pass perception at 10, tiny G. Passive perception of 14. Oh, Golem's turn. Golem 11. Golem comes to your attacks. Killian. Multi-attack. Slam. 16 Killian and 5. And then zombie. While these look like zombies, you think they're just mannequins. Like stuffed mannequin 6. Comes to their attacks. Portia with a slam. and a slam. 20 for 7, Portia. And 5. That one dashed to get to there. And this one closes on Killian. Miss, and 22 to hit Killian for 10 bludgeoning. Owlbear comes attacks. Miss, and 21 to hit Killian for 4 bludgeoning.
I'll shield that one.
Okay. Tiny.
I'm sorry, did I get hit earlier? I was
You
distracted
did.
for a moment.
You got hit one time for 10.
So,
Armor class 22 for 10.
Right. Okay, so just the one time. Gotcha.
Tiny, your passive perception of 14 before the shatter rung everyone's ears, you heard something out on that dock. Very end of the dock, northeast corner of the dock.
Right. Portia, you disappoint me, but we got other matters to attend to. Tiny's gonna cast Fairy Fire at the end of the dock.
All right. This is my saving throw roll, so you don't know if there's a person there or not. It is, what's your DC on your Fairy Fire? 12?
Probably not that high.
It's 12. Go ahead and click the button, you'll see.
Oh.
And I think she made the save, if she's there.
Do, where is Fairy Fire? I'm gonna find it, and that is 12.
12. What else, Tiny?
I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Back up one. She's at the very end.
Can you grapple an invisible creature? Or a creature you can't see?
You can,
But I already used my
but
action.
you've used your action.
I found her!
All right. After Tiny comes Killian.
Alright, I'm going to first cast Thunderstep.
Ooh, nice. Oh, but all the poor goblins.
Oh, well.
Oh, poor
Haven't
goblins.
been particularly nice to it.
15
So
con
many
save.
Oh my god.
15 con saves. 1, 2, 3. One made it. The other one's failed. So the first object, or I guess the owlbear, takes half 21 is 10. The other two take 21 each. Creatures in 10 feet of your space.
Yep.
One goblin.
Then I will teleport up to... Oh, I don't know. Up here by my friends, I guess, works.
Nice. The goblins, the blue ones, run for their lives. Then, I guess all the goblins are going to once. Run away.
Now that I've motivated them a little bit.
Okay, goblins are done. Metal objects. Big one. Boom, 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 boom. Comes up here behind Killian. Attack if you want, Killian.
Yep. 14 for 13.
14's a miss. Slam. Miss and miss. And then the boar comes charging. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With a dash. And then tiny Charmay becomes visible right in front of you.
Howdy, Toots.
She leaps off the bridge, provoking attack opportunity.
I'll take it. Kerblam! Is a 14 hit?
14 does hit.
For 11.
11. As she plummets down from there, 10,000 feet toward the ground below, when she's about 200 feet down near the end of her movement, she casts Fly. So she's 200 feet away from you if you have something that can get to her.
Other than plummeting myself.
Other than plummeting yourself, yep. 0. It's 200 feet. Let's see. So she moved 1, fell 200, cast fly. Fly speed gives her 60. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Flies that far away from the dock. Middle objects go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Had to dash to get there. And then Jotaro, your turn.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Move to there, and then sorry, I need to double check something. I can Misty Step 30 feet. So I can Misty Step to right there. And then, do I see her 200 feet away?
Yeah, you do.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so this will be with disadvantage.
Are you a sharpshooter?
I don't think
You're
so.
not yet, are you? Okay. So yeah, disadvantage.
So longbow shot 1 with disadvantage.
Use my inspiration if you want to.
That's going to be a 21 for 13, 16.
Oh, you shoot Charmay out of the sky. she goes plummeting into the mountains of Yon, and that is the end of Charmay.
Endolin would have loved that little scene.
Nicely done, Jotaro.
Start, don't mess around.
If they don't have any blow, Jotaro's not happy hanging around.
Just want to say that I'm really. This was my first ever ranger, and I'm really enjoying. I take it that the animated objects remain animated even though she's dead.
No, they.
Okay.
Well, they kind of do, but you guys can get away from them and shut the doors and wait till they calm down. We don't need to play out the fight with that. So,
Sounds good.
I'll tell you what else you find here in this place. Eventually, you will uncover the whole map here. The balloon riding darklings were perched over here. You never went to this room. But in the whole fight that happened, they heard what was happening, they got on their balloon, and they took off. So you might run into them again.
Well, they were nice. We like them.
Yeah, they were kind. You cleared out the top level. You found the thing. The cranes are no longer there, but when you ring the bell, they come back. So you can get the cranes to come back. And yeah, that's it. Charmay, you go and, find her remains, and she is wielding a magical staff. So you get that from her. And you don't have anyone really who can identify who she is, but you do find out that she is Skyla in the end. Or she was Skyla. The member
Her behavior
of the
kinda
League of
gave it
Malevolence.
away.
Yeah.
She had a business card tucked away somewhere.
Okay, so then at the end of this one, let's see if I have it here. Yeah. Descending from the mountains of Yon, you come to a twilight palace emerging dreamlike from the clouds. A great marble tower ringed by delicate spires casts its shadow over the rooftops below. Another tower teeters nearby, torn from its foundation and held aloft by a coiled beanstalk. Monstrous vines cling to the palace walls and choke the promontory of rock on which it is perched. So, you will gain a level to level 7 for defeating Endolin. You will have some magic items being, let's see here. I don't know if I have them. The wand was a wand of web. The scissors are scissors of shadow snipping, I mean. There's a ring of shooting stars. I'll put this all in the summary for you. And normally I don't let you have like a very rare item at this tier, but if it's an item from this adventure, you can have one of those. So you can have the ring of shooting stars or the scissors of shadow snipping, or such. And of course, you get to keep track of everything you've ever found and use it in the future. And what else am I missing? I think that's it. I'll give you all the rewards, all the treasure. You're going into the Palace of Heart's Desire next. Those of you who flew the Dragonfly successfully are able to fly with the giant cranes so well that you receive a feather at the end of your journey. The giant crane plucks the feather from itself using its beak and places it on the ground within your reach. This feather allows the rewarded character and no one else to cast the Featherfall spell with no components required, and once it's cast, the feather becomes non-magical. So that'd be a story item that you each can have in addition to your normal quantity of magic items if you had the Dragonfly Rider Story Award from the Witchlight Carnival. And that is the end of Motherhorn.